look back inside the Peaks Arena as the crowd outside prepares to pour in. Or rather, the E-Center, I should say. The major hockey arena in the West Valley of Salt Lake City, where the crowd prepares to fill the place for the second of the two semifinal matchups. Hello again, Jim Lampley with Bill Clement. We get ready for the United States against Russia. Bill, they played a 2-2 tie last Saturday night. And the key event since then, Nikolai Khabibulin's towering performance in the quarterfinal win over the Czech Republic, 1-0.
And Jim, that's why I think that Nikolai Khabibulin has to be considered a factor in this game before the game even begins. And this is why style will be important in this game. If Team USA tries to play a Russian style, which really relies heavily on the skill level, they won't be able to get in front and block the sight lines of Nikolai Khabibulin. So I think Team USA will have to play an NHL style. Get lots of pucks on Khabibulin, take away his sight lines, and work on the theory that what he can't see, he can't stop. This will be made difficult, or at least more difficult, for Team USA by the fact that Keith Tkachuk is not expected to play. He took the warm-up. He is still hobbled by a serious Charlie horse. I think he may suit up, but I doubt that he will play. So with or without Keith Tkachuk, Team USA has to go back to the NHL style and really try to take away Nikolai Khabibulin's sight lines.
The Russians outshot the Americans last Saturday night in the 2-2 tie. Since then, the United States has been by far the more fluid offensive team.
Well, and in this case too, Jim, your best players have to play their best games, because if Mike Modano is not at his best, if Chris Drury is not at his best, and above all else, Brett Hull, if you're looking for a big name scorer and a big time scorer in clutch situations for Team USA, I think you have to examine the track record and the history of Brett Hull.
And if you got your copy of the Russian newspaper Sports Express, you know that Fetisov's team needs the support of all Russians. Surely all Russians today in Salt Lake City. We'll be here to support them. We'll be back to continue to set up the game for you here on CNBC when we return to the 19th Olympic Winter Games after these messages.
NBC's coverage of the 19th Olympic Winter Games is brought to you by Gateway, where you've got a friend in the business. By Visa, worldwide partner of the Olympic Games. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. By the great taste of Michelob Light, makes any occasion seem special. And by Chili's, the best of chilies to go. Try saying no to that.
By Don Walchuk, never quite came over.
The arrival of the Russian contingent here at the E-Center, preparing to fill the house with as much of their enthusiasm as is possible as they take on the home team, the United States, on American ice for the third time in Olympic history, 1960, 1982, or 1980, I should say, and now again today. Earlier, the first of the two semifinals, and Canada, which began the tournament seemingly bamboozled by the larger ice and Olympic rules, showed that it really has its act in gear as they blew away Belarus, Bill, 7-1, an easy win.
Well, Canada was a huge favorite, but remember, Sweden was a huge favorite as well. So the question was, could Belarus do it? Consecutive games, could they upset Team Canada? And would Team Canada come out with a business-like approach? That they did. They stormed Andre Mezin in the Belarus goal many times. Steve Yzerman got it started early, but then the most resilient team here in the Olympics struck back and silenced the crowd, stunned everybody when Ruslan Saleh made it 1-1. Team Canada bounced back immediately. A shot from Eric Brewer, but from an assist by Steve Yzerman, and then they were off to the races. Lemieux to Scott Niedermayer. Another beautiful pass to Paul Kariya. You can see that Belarus started breaking down to the point where a guy that had performed miracles earlier, Andre Mezin, ended up watching. Shabanov in, didn't make any difference. Short-handed breakaway by Simon Gagne of the Philadelphia Flyers. Youngest player here in the tournament, or at least lasting in the tournament, left. And Jorro McGinley with the goal, followed by Eric Lindros, and it was all Canada at the end. And the most impressive thing about Team Canada's win was this. They came out, they established a defensive game first, and then went from there.
And after the rocky start, there they are, as expected by many before the tournament, in the final, awaiting the winner of the game between Russia and the United States that you're about to see. Canada's in great shape, Bill.
They're in terrific shape. 7 different scorers scored goals today. And remember, offense was something that Canada was having trouble generating, so they got 7 guys scoring. 4 players scored their first goal of the tournament. So besides scoring goals, I think Canada looked really better than they have yet defensively. Their defense pairings are really coming together, including the pair of Chris Pronger and Al McInnes, who I think struggled early. I mean, all cylinders are now functioning for Team Canada, and they look about as good as they could possibly look going into a gold medal game on Sunday.
So Wayne Gretzky and company wait to see whether they will be playing Russia or the United States. And as we leave the E Center one more time, we give you a look at one of Russia's key offensive threats, Pavel Bure, leading scorer in Nagano 4 years ago with 9 goals. One of the men the USA will have to try to stop today.
At Bank of America, we really wanted to participate in the Olympic Winter Games. But in the end, we decided to support the real athletes and stick to the things we do best, like defending your money with a leader in photo security check cards and credit cards.
American fans at the E Center here to be vocal in support of their hockey team today. If you've been with us at all in the past few days, surely you are aware of the eerie chronology at play here. This United States-Russia game takes place 22 years to the day, almost in fact 22 years to the hour, after the miracle on ice in Lake Placid in 1980. We discovered in the past few days opinions are mixed in the two delegations whether the date speaks to destiny or mere coincidence.
Well, I think it's good for hockey. So the two teams playing against each other. So and like 22 years ago, miracle on ice happened.
Kind of eerie, but it's great. We're really happy with the position that we're in right now. We feel we've played well, and you know, we hope to continue to play well.
We know how big this game is. We're all talking about the little butterflies we have already, and we know the nostalgia and the tradition of the two teams, but we also know the task at hand, and they're in our way, and we know they're an incredible team, and we're going to have to play the same discipline type style, selfless hockey we've been playing.
Now it's people remember those moments for 22 years already, and we're going to play 22 years later on the same day, Friday, February 22nd. And I think it's going to be the most watchable hockey game ever.
You know, I haven't, you know, thought about it. I talked. Slava came up to me this morning in the cafeteria and he said, "Herb, 22 years ago, blah blah blah." So it's on their minds, not on my mind. It just happens. You know, what can I say? It's not fate. I don't know if it's fate. How do I know? I'm not that sophisticated to answer a question like, "What am I supposed to say there?" You know, it just happened.
Herb Brooks is the master of many things, including the disingenuous. Remember, of course, that he was the winning coach February 22, 1980. American general manager Craig Patrick was his assistant coach. Vyacheslav Fetisov, now the coach of the Russian team facing Brooks's team, was the star defenseman for the Soviet Red Army team, which was beaten by a bunch of college kids in Lake Placid.
It is the most sought-after hockey ticket for the second time. The United States taking on Russia. Gary Thorne, John Davidson. Goaltending for many of these Olympic teams has been an issue coming in, but for Team USA, no issue.
Well, you know, this all started with Mike Richter back during an orientation camp in Colorado Springs, Gary. He had a bad knee. He could hardly practice with a team at that time. Here we are months later, and he gets the start in a huge game. The winner will go and play for the gold medal against Canada. Mike Richter, during a previous game in this tournament, was the best player on the ice for Team USA in a 2-2 tie with the Russian club. He has earned this start. He has a lot of international hockey behind him. He knows how to act. I think goaltending will be great on both teams.
Team USA coming on the ice. You can hear the Team USA fans. A lot of offense on this club.
Well, the U.S. club, Herb Brooks coaches them, and for this game, he's only going to keep one of his 4 lines together. He's going to juggle them some, but the one line he's keeping together has been awesome. Brett Hull on one wing, Mike Modano on the other, at center ice, and John Leclerc on the other wing. You can see with shots, Modano the fewest. He's a centerman. He sets up people like Leclerc and Brett Hull. Brett Hull scored the tire in the 2-2 game against Russia in this tournament. That line is without a doubt the key line, especially with a power forward like John Leclerc. Not many goals scored on the rush, mostly second effort goals, and Hull and Leclerc can score those type.
They will be tested, of course, because the man they're shooting against is none other than Nikolai Habibulin. Both he and Richter are on a tear right now at shutting down high-powered offenses. The noise on the ice and in the stands coming up. electricity for real in this building right now here at the East Center in West Valley City, Utah. And let's check in with Darren Pang. Darren?
Gary, Chris Chelios is the captain of Team USA, and he's a certain National Hockey League Hall of Famer. Herb Brooks, the head coach, has said it time and time again that this is Chris Chelios' team. But it goes even more. It goes beyond his on-ice presentation, how calm he is. It goes beyond what he does on the ice and communicating with players, forwards, defensemen, and John Cunniff, the assistant coach. He's even had a say in the rooming list for Team USA. He's made sure certain personalities are together, and he's taken it upon himself, fellas. This is his team.
Well, his team's ready to go against Team Russia. Lots of NHL stars in the face-off won by Team USA as they are in their blue and red uniforms. Knocked down in net. Nikolai Khabibulin tested early on the shot from the blue line. Team Russia off the near side boards and moved out. They have speed. Bure trying to drop it off. Pavel Bure and Valerie Bure would play together with Zhamnov on the line.
First shift, Chris Chelios stands up near center ice and stops the Russian team moving up ice. You can't back in. Game plan for Team USA. Stay up, stay up, stay up.
Team USA in the blue. Hull in the corner, putting the hit on. Up against the wall, Valerie Bure, and Hull did battle in the middle, open, and a shot ripped high. Great chance, so Alexei Zhamnov in his third Olympics was open, the top of the circle. Chris Chelios will chase it down. Chelios tipped by Madonna, but not out of the zone. This is still onside. Bure still out there, 19-goal scorer off the near side boards, lost it. Madonna able to clear it out. Even though all this offense is involved for both teams, Young a chance, Khabibulin a save because of those guys in net. We may not see a lot of goals here.
Yeah, absolutely right. Sky Young with a great shot. He has a great shot. Herb Brooks said the theme for his team before the game, the meeting said, great athletes demand games like this. These types of games, the opportunity to play in this game. Michael Jordan wanted the basketball, right? You players are great athletes. You demand a game like this. That was his theme, talking to his players.
And I think he didn't have to go long to get them to agree. Right through the top of the crease, Mike York's centering pass did not end up on net. Team Russia has speed. Save made by Richter on the dump in from center ice. Both these teams want to test the goaltenders early. York, save made. Khabibulin saw that one coming.
3 saves with a catching glove hand already. Great passes by the U.S. defense out of their zone. That one was marked by Brian Leach, hitting Mike York. They're teammates with the Rangers. They know one another. York's not getting fancy. Uses a screen to the net. Khabibulin's in the game. 3 catching glove saves. Slava Fetisov coaching Team Russia said, you talk about people? 1 billion. He said, well, that's billion. 1 billion people will watch this game worldwide. He is thrilled to be a part of it.
He has been part of many of these great Olympic and international games, and now the GM and coach for Team Russia. Sent in off the wide side boards. Kovalchuk got it in, not long enough to do anything with it. Team USA wants that big transition game in a hurry. Guerin near side. Guerin a chance wide. Waite was cutting in front. Far side, the clear out as Team Russia's hanging one man back. Sergei Samsonov was back there. Waite got back to knock it down. Guerin will send it in and took the hit.
Again, Gary, Team USA feels that if the Russian team gets in the zone, they'll start that crisscrossing game. Meet him in the center ice. Suter just did it again. Created a turnover.
Chris Drury the opportunity. 2 of them and 2 saves by Khabibulin. So Khabibulin starting out big. Chris Drury with a long and a short chance that time. Intercepted on the good break up near side.
Yeah, Russia's not gotten into the zone much early. The U.S. is turning defense into offense.
Here comes Drury. Ralston with him. Drury again, gloved by Khabibulin, but again, no traffic in front. He didn't become a goaltender till he was 14 years old, J.D.
He said the 1-0 win over the Czech Republic, most important game of his life so far. I said, are you superstitious? He said, yeah. I said, okay, tell me a couple. He said, no.
That's one of those superstitions.
That's one of those superstitions. He looks early. The U.S. club has had 5 shots, most of them off transition. They are staying up in the center ice area, Gary, and stopping the Russians cold.
Ryan Leach, chance save, rebound. Khabibulin knocked one away. The rebound, Hull never got in on net. Boy, a good charge to start this game out. Near side, Madonna chases down the loose puck after Leach came in and put the hit on the near side as he knocked down Datsyuk. Loose. Team Russia able to hold it in. Team USA pressuring the puck. Larionov, the oldest player in the NHL and in the Olympics, is centering this line. behind the net. Larionov is out in front wearing number 8. On the near side, he is open. Pass going deflected by Leach. Larionov will bring it back. Cycling going on. So typical of the European hockey, made famous by the great red team from Russia. Hull the move. Centered for Modano. Got swept away to the near side by Gonchar. Sergei Gonchar trying to move it up. Will circle.
Really impressed with Team USA's defensive play. You talked about Russia cycling. They got nothing out of it.
1 shot so far for Team Russia, 6 for Team USA on the board early here as they start to pile up some shots, which was one of the things they wanted to get done in this game. Pavel Bure lost control along the near side wall. Poked back into the middle. Swung down to Bure from the blue line. Good play to hold it in. Bure's centering pass deflected, not on net. Ooh. Good chance right there down low, and Ryan Rafalski, I believe, got a piece. Moved back in. What he tied up along the near side, sent it back in behind the net. Chelios will step up on the far defensive boards. Mike York comes away to help. York circling. Team USA changing. Back to Chelios. Fakes it. Chelios moves to the middle. High shot deflected into the seats.
The Pizzone Revolution. Next stop, Riverside Mall.
Attention shoppers.
The new Pizzone from Pizza Hut. Woo! The Pizzone is the pizza you eat like a sandwich. A little something I put together. Let's go. I want everybody to have one. There you go. That one's on me. It's mozzarella cheese and tantalizing toppings. Sandwich calzone style. This is like nothing you ever seen before in your life. Next floor, housewares and the pizza you eat like a sandwich. The new Pizzone. $5.99 or 2 for $10.99.
The Pizzone Revolution has begun, shoppers.
Join us.
Shot by Gary Suter, deflected off Hoppy Bull and stick. Rolled free at the other end, and Suter will come back to get it. They are charging out there as they did in that first game when these two teams played to a 2-2 tie. That is offside.
Keith Tkachuk took warm-up, yet not playing. He tested his leg to see if he can play in the next game if they win. He was injured in the previous game against this Russian club. That's Keith today in warm-up. He had an MRI on the leg. It's more of a groin injury than a Charlie horse, and it's still sore. Not well enough to play, but he's on the bench dressed in his civvies and his sweatsuit. Support for his club.
Becomes an assistant coach for a day. Not the job he wanted, however. There you see the shots with Team USA well on top. That's an icing call. Faceoff will come back the other end. No score. 5 minutes into this first period. Well, that's a heavy piece of offense that they don't have for this game.
Well, watch the defense. So Chelios is trapped. Watch what he does. Wham. Hard to go up the ice when you trap the defenseman without a stick. He knocked it right on the arms and hands of Alexei Yashin. Now he's checking his stick to see if it's still usable.
Make sure it's still in one piece. Davidovsky came back to get it. Leaves it near side. Daniel Markov defensively for Russia, and that's whistled again on the offside.
Yes, number 71, Kovalchuk, went offside. You know, he wears 71, Gary, does Kovalchuk. He normally wears 17 for the Atlanta Thrashers, and that's in honor of a previous player that played for the great Soviet Union by the name of Valery Harlamov, who was later killed in an automobile accident. Here he wears 71. Unofficially, the Russian team is retired. Number 17, Harlamov, one of the great fast skating scoring forwards ever to play hockey for any country.
Well, if anyone's going to wear his number and replicate that kind of performance, it's the man who's out there right now. He is 18 years old. That's right, 18. For Team Russia, he's the leading rookie scorer in the National Hockey League in goals. He has been magnificent. Kovalchuk, can keep an eye on him in this game. Ralston able to chip that into the zone. Couldn't control, though. Third back. Both teams changing on the fly here. There's Kovalchuk right there. Got the size along with the speed. Moved in, no, just stuck to the ice on him, and he lost control. Near side, Modano coming over. That one bounced off the boards. Housley pushed it ahead, and with his glove for the call.
Bill McCrory makes the call for a hand pass. We talked to Bill McCrory at 15 minutes to 3, an hour and a half before game. Said, are you refereeing, Bill? He said, don't know yet. Honestly, didn't know when he came into the building, but he is a world-class referee, a very fair referee, and I'm sure he's thrilled to be refereeing this game. Team USA had the early start here, but haven't been able to score, and I think the Russian club have settled in here now. We'll see if they can find some offense against the Herb Brooks team.
Team USA will have to wait here. Larionov's gone over to get the new stick. Herb Brooks' club has not had a tough game, JD. We were talking about this. They had a tough game against Russia, but the other two have been pretty easy games for them.
Belarus and then Germany.
Yeah.
After the Russian game, then they come back with this one. But Team USA looks really sharp to me. We're only 6 minutes into the first period, but they really look sharp. Defense first.
Only one shot so far on the board for Team Russia. Off the near side, Pavel Datsyuk, young rookie, trying to center Larionov, didn't get it there. John LeClaire, team's leading goal scorer, out there with Hull off the glove and into the seats.
Oh boy, that's a good shot. They have tested Hobby Boulan's glove side for some reason, and sometimes it's just by accident. In talking to Brett Hull, I asked him a sneaky shot using the stick as a deflector from the defenseman. I asked Brett Hull, I said, what do you think about Hobby Boulan? Where would you like to shoot the puck? He says, I don't think, I just shoot.
Well, he's had the best numbers against him of any player for Team USA. He's played against him in 19 games and had 11 goals and 21 points against Hobby Boulan.
Probably had some pretty good nights against a lot of goaltenders.
You could probably run those up there. When you're the sixth leading all-time goal scorer in NHL history, there are a lot of goaltenders who don't want to have their numbers against you. Talked about. Deflected in front, Bure the shot. Wide on Richter. Richter's had to move around a little bit, but only been able to make a stop on one. York moves it up. Taken out of the play. Good back checking Alexei Shamnov. That cleared the other way. Richter will come out to play it as Suter's back in behind the net.
Suter's a left defenseman. Pavel Bure's a right winger. That's been a matchup.
That'll be a bang-bang black and blue one before this is over. Jeremy Roenick near side fanned on the attempt to get it in, so it's offside.
Even that last time Russia came out of their zone, Bure was standing up at center ice. He's a sneaky guy who will very often slide in behind people. Now here's Suter. See Pavel at center ice waiting for the puck right there. Suter right beside him. Two guys who skate well. Suter plays a lot with Chelios. Suter a good skating veteran defenseman. He'll read Bure all game long.
He has 19 goals with Florida this year. Pavel Bure, the Russian rocket. That one blasted around the near side. Leach was waiting at the point. Got deflected to Modano. Over on the far side, wall chased down. Everybody's stepping up. Nikolajin will move it out for Team Russia. That pass came off the end of his stick. Didn't go anywhere. Bounced back the other way by LeClaire. Lost control to Nikolajin. Centered back out of Feneganov. He's get hit by Leach. There is no room.
No, because the U.S. defense is standing right up. This will be icing, but we saw this the first shift. Don't back up, because if this Russian team, and they're so skilled and talented, if they get into your zone, they're going to start to be fancy, fancy, fancy. The U.S. defense are standing up. The trainers for Team USA, Ray Barillo has a stopwatch, and Steve Lattin also has a stopwatch. They're trying to make sure they keep the shifts short, one for the forwards, one for the defensemen.
They will be informing the coaches of just how long the players are out there. Markov of Phoenix went back, took the hit. He's all right. Deadmarsh came in and put the shot on him. Battle along the near side wall. Again, Kovalchuk, the youngster, trying to go through 3D, and you're not going to get very far in that regard. Team USA back the other way. Billy Guerin centered into the corner. Penalty put on Davidovsky, and a penalty coming up, delayed call. There's the whistle.
Billy Guerin.
Billy Guerin goes in for roughing at 7:42, the first penalty of the game. So Team Russia will go on the power play.
And that's Tverdovsky. He's the one that got hit. Billy Guerin went up high. Watch his stick and hands. High. Shoved him face first into the glass. Good call by Bill McCreary, who was standing right there. High hits have been called throughout this tournament. Team Russia's only had one shot, and we're now 7:48 into the first period. This is their chance on the power play. We'll see what happens. And of course, Pavel Bure, wherever the puck is in the U.S. zone, he'll stand to the left side of Mike Richter's goal.
Power play opportunity here. Team Russia's 3 for 15. Team USA has given up 2 in 15 opportunities for the opposition, and Deadmarsh has a short-handed goal for Team USA. Bure sends that one to the back of the net, intercepted Chelios right into the seats. A souvenir there and a whistle. Face-off will stay. Team USA zone.
Brett Hull repairing a stick. He can kill penalties. Does a lot of that in Detroit for Scotty Bowman. Now, face-off wise, Nikolajin is the best face-off guy for the Russian team in this tournament. He's not on the ice now. For Team USA, Jeremy Roenick has been their best face-off guy. Here, though, they use Mike Modano.
And it'll be won and cleared by Young. Modano coming away with a victory on the draw. Hobby Boulan will hold it up at the other end. Coming back, Vladimir Malikov will be working one of the points on the power play. Bure brothers circling at center. Jamnov, who's working on that line regularly, stays with it here. Near side, Markov able to dump it back in behind the net. Jamnov couldn't touch that one up. Valerie Bure on the far side. Team USA an easy intercept and clear.
Yeah, 1 minute gone on the power play.
Hobby Boulan trying to help all the way up to Bure. Pavel Bure. Tony Amati cuts him off right there. Amati and Burre did battle. Chelios behind the net open as a lane over there. Gonchar knocked it down, but not in. Chance for the break would have been a 2-on-1. No. Good play by Sergei Fedorov.
And Ralston is a great short-handed goal scorer, number 12 for Team USA.
Still 9-1. The shots in favor of Team USA. This power play hasn't gotten anything as it for a chance yet for Team Russia. Amati's got it.
They only need one shot, though, Gary. This is a tricky team when they get that shot.
Fedorov's line is out there on this power play unit. Another 25 seconds left on it. Fedorov's on the offside post. Move into the middle. Big tie-up by Ralston. Good play defensively. Near side to Fedorovsky's pass got bumped in the air and behind the net. That was an aerial pass that couldn't be handled, and we are running out of time on the power play. It's down to 8. Davidovsky cutting to the net. They come back to the point. Sergei Fedorov leads it. Power play is over. Back to 5-on-5. They didn't get a shot. Guerin out of the box. No shot on that power play chance for Team Russia. Takedown by Suter. Cleared around by Guerin, who stays on the ice.
Great job by Suter and Chelios, in particular the defenseman, because the puck was deep in the last 45 seconds, and those two guys were strong.
I think they stayed out for the whole thing on the penalty killing unit. Kasparaitis got it up ice, cleared it into the zone. Chased back by Brian Ralston. Both teams making line changes here after the specialty teams have done their work. Doug Wade on the near side. Wade, who had suffered with a flu bug, feeling better, getting his strength back, expected to take regular shifts. Deadmarsh in the corner. Deadmarsh has it up against the boards. Larionov was on his back. Guerin cutting to the net. Pass was on the backhand side. Rafalski will play it. Takes the shot, block. Back. Guerin shot, save. Rebound, shot, save, and wait. Rebound. Javi Bulin's got it. Jeremy Roenick run the draw, but Shamnov came back to get it. Sends it back in behind his own net. Nikolai Khabibulin is starting out hot, exactly the way he finished up the last game. Khabibulin coming into this with almost 80 minutes of shutout time, a streak into this game. Burre shot, Richter saved. Rebound, Richter tipped that behind the net. Bounced away to Burre again on the point. Shot, that goes a mile back into the seats.
Nicely blocked by Young of Team USA. Richter had his first shot against in 9.5 minutes. A bad angle goal, a bad angle shot on goal, pardon me, by Pavel Bure. Team Russia, I asked Igor Larionov, what's your style? What's your style? He said, my style and our style is regroup, regroup, regroup. Here's a chance on Khabibulin to Ralston, or the Guerin shot from the point. Doug Wade tried to score on the rebound and couldn't. Team Russia's style is skate, pass, don't throw the puck in unless necessary. And that last rush up ice that led to the shot by Pavel Bure was exactly that.
Kasparaitis had to dump that one in. Odie back in behind the net, drops it off. Penaganoff up. That helped hold the puck in. Penaganoff put the check on in the corner. There he is. His pass into the middle, knocked down by Chelios to Hull. Hull, Madonna, and Leclerc on this line. John Leclerc coming around the near side. Leclerc 6 goals and an assist, 7 points, leading the team. And offside. Tripped a little bit Madonna, but no penalty. Let's check in with Joe Micheletti. Joe?
Okay, guys, thanks very much. You know, Mike Richter hasn't had much work as of yet in this game, but yesterday he got a lot of work from his goaltender coach, Warren Strelo, and Warren Strelo put some drills into yesterday's practice specifically to play against Russia. They feel like Russia is the best team in the games at moving the puck from boards to boards and also cutting to the slot. So they worked on Richter's movements instead of being short movements, long movements side to side.
And we will see him use those, Joe, if in fact Team Russia gets their chances that they normally do, because that's the way they play it, east-west.
Gary, that guy behind the glass was Warren Strelo. He was also the goaltending coach for Herb Brooks when Jim Craig and the team won the gold in 1980.
Davidovsky's got the puck. Looking. Team USA needing him right there at the blue line with 2 up. That was Drury and Ralston who are forcing the play. They leave now as they're changing. Amati trying to move up. Team USA in a change. That opens up a little center ice. Fedorov uses it. In shot. Save. Richter. Sergei Fedorov with a world-class move down the middle.
That's the move of the game, and it's a save so far. What a move. And Richter stayed with him.
He's got a couple of goals. He's the only Russian player with more than 1 goal. Khabibulin covers.
Now, Brad Rafalski was back, as was Phil Housley. And it was the old one side back to the other and go back to the other. Left, right, left through Rafalski. Quick shot, and Richter had it actually go off. It appeared the right side of his body. He didn't get it with his right arm. Tricky shot. Richter was out, knocked it aside. That's a brilliant save after a brilliant move.
Better off is the man who's had a point a game against Mike Richter. 16 points, 16 games that he has faced him, including 6 goals. Brought in on the far side here and deflected off the defenseman's stick. Aaron Miller got a piece of that one. Team Russia territorially picking it up a little bit. Kovalev dumped it down low. Datsuk sets a pick. Larionov shot, glove by Richter.
You're absolutely right. Datsuk caused a screen, and Larionov reads it. Larionov, one of the more respected people on Team Russia for his respect of the game and the respect of the way he plays. Again, as Warren Strelo looks on and sees Mike Richter make the wonderful save, and I say wonderful, it's a bad angle, but it's through traffic, and then the rebound's controlled. Good save.
Larionov, 41 years old. The famous Red Army team line. Dale Lammy was on it. Detmarsh looking for a rebound, but the shot went wide. Adam Detmarsh, one of those guys who charge the middle of the net to try and get opportunities. Back in the corner is Doug Waite. Waite takes the bump. Datsuk. Datsuk and he do battle. Puck freed up far side. Larionov will pick it up. 41 years old, Igor Larionov acts not only as a centerman on this team, but also as an assistant coach on the ice. Suter tied it up, played by Roenick.
You know who Fetisov and Larionov asked to help coach their team for these Olympics? Scotty Bowman, who's the coach of the Detroit Red Wings, where Larionov plays. When Bowman was not picked for Team Canada, they went to him. Scotty said, no, thanks for the honor and the thought, but I am a Canadian.
It couldn't do that. There is Slava Fetisov, who has been in a good mood about the Miracle on Ice game that he's been asked about every 5 minutes.
He played in the game, and Herb Brooks was the coach. They talked before this game here and had great words for one another. You know what Slava said? Today is a great day for hockey. We're going to show people how great the game is. Where I heard that before was from Badger Bob Johnson.
Badger Bob shot, 2 saves made. Down low again, Javi Bolin. He's been tested. Housley, that one deflected off the glove. Rebound, Hull couldn't get it turned around up ice. Bure. Ellery Bure, the red, the blue, and in. And then he got stood up. Rafalski over to Housley. Bill Housley in his first Olympics after 20 in the NHL lugs it. He'll take that big blast over the head of Javi Bolin. Javi Bolin knew that was going high and let her rip. Leclerc along the boards. Bure was reaching in there with him. Big battle over there. The scrum with Nicholas in 33. Good dig out. Both teams want a line change here. That will be offside. And Russia's got to tag it up. Won't matter. Young's going to move it the other way. Scott Young in. Young's got York in the middle. Behind the net, Young backed it up for York. He'd already gotten knocked down. Gonchar drops it. Couldn't be handled. Nice steal on the back check move by Shamnov. Standing there, and suddenly there it was. Back up. Oh, just missed Nicolishin. Side of the net. Tried to center and get it off the back of Richter and couldn't do it. And a penalty coming. It'll be on Russia.
Tripping call. Nicolishin will go.
Nicolishin on the trip, 14-50, first power play of the game. Team USA, we're in the first period, 5 minutes left to go in it. The winner of this game is going to face Canada in the gold medal game. Right now, no score, 14-4. The shots in favor of Team USA. These teams meeting for the second time in these Olympics. They played to a 2-2 tie last time around. And they're starting out the same way here. Billy Guerin drops that off. Rafalski power play open. That got deflected into the corner. Is blocked by Kasparaitis. Loose behind the net. They try and get Leclerc when he's on the ice out in front. Their power play man to create havoc. Near side is just held by Waite. Waite got it off the far wing. Shot, save, or deflected off a defenseman. I think Javi Bolin got that. It went through the screen. Billy Guerin was the man in front that time in this unit. As Guerin, Drury, and Waite are out there on the power play up front. Rafalski back at a point. In the middle. Shot, Ralston save. Rebound. Shot, score! Billy Guerin!
It took a rebound to beat Javi Bolin. Guerin scores, but Ralston playing the right point. A forward back there. Moves in. Doesn't just sit there. He is. Shot. Rebound. Guerin. Guerin shoots inside the post. 1-0 on the power play. Ralston playing the point was the key. Did he ever have a good power play? And that helped lead to the goal.
Massachusetts own Billy Guerin gets the power play goal at 15:56, his 4th Olympic goal, covered up by Javi Bullen. And Team USA takes the lead. They're now 5 for 17 on the power play.
And Herb Brooks put together Guerin on the right. He had been playing a lot of left wing. Denmarsh on the left, number 28, and Wade in the middle. Said what Wade needs, some energy guys with him, because Wade's coming off a bad bout with the flu bug, and that unit was on the ice, score the goal, and again, Ralston put to the right point. Makes a big difference. Was he sharp?
Back it comes. Near side Miller shot, and another save by Javi Bullen. And you can thank European hockey for that power play setup we're seeing more and more of in the NHL, where you don't have 2 defensemen back at the blue line. You have 1 defenseman and sometimes none.
Ryan Ralston, yeah, you go with a 5-man unit. We see that a lot with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Kovalov, who plays here for Russia, part of that. So Billy Guerin would rather play the right side. He had been playing the left side a lot. They put him back to the right, and he gets the go-ahead goal on the power play. Herb Brooks, tell you what, he's made some brilliant decisions. He was asked by Neil Sheehy, a former player, to be the USA head coach last summer. Herbie said, no, let somebody else do it. Let somebody else have a chance. So they said, okay. They called him back. Oh, okay, I'll do it. And boy, has it been a good marriage between the players for Team USA and the head coach, Herb Brooks.
Entirely different, of course, than the last time around when he was coaching college players. This time, the veteran players, he's been much more inclined to let them have a say in just about everything that goes on. And it's worked. Near side Markov winds up, takes it off the blocker. May have gone wide anyway. Better off over there with Chris Drury doing battle. Billy Guerin has picked up the power play goal. Team USA has ended the shutout streak that Nikolai Javy-Bulin had. He had a 1-0 win over the Czech Republic coming into this game. That streak ended at 95 minutes and 23 seconds of shutout hockey.
One more shot by Team USA gives them 20 in the period.
That's unbelievable.
It really is. It really is. They've had a great period. And I guess the good part is they're leading 1-0. The bad part is they're only leading 1-0.
Yep. Played up the near side boards. Housley unable to hold that one in. So a 1-0 lead for Team USA with under 3 minutes to go here in the first period. Tony Amati moving it in. Lewandowski was right there with him. Madonna just out on the ice, tried to tip that on the way through. Couldn't. Neither could Drury. Went right by him on the near side. Sent out. Suter reached up, couldn't get it on icing.
20-4. Slava Fetisov has had his club be outshot. The man on the near side there is Yurzunov. He's one of the great old tactical coaches from what was the Soviet Union. He's coached in Russia, now Russia. He's coached in Finland. He's coached all over the place. He's the tactical guy. And look how he's trying to fire up his team to get them going.
They are playing with fire, but they're not getting the chances here. Credit that to the defense shown by Team USA. They pin it in again. Leclerc ran it in front. Hull shot blocked by Javy-Bulin. Datsyuk picks it up on the far side. Team USA in these Olympics now has outscored their opponents 12-1 in the first period, including the one here. Suter had that one knocked away. Chelios back to get it. Far side to Hull. Hull able to tip it out of the zone. Gonchar will pick it up. Sergei Gonchar, he can fly. Defenseman, Washington Capitals. Roenick over on the check. Datsyuk sends it in. Richter off the boards, just left it there for Aaron Miller. Team USA with 2 minutes left to go up ice. Near side, Roenick looking. Jeremy Roenick waiting for help. They were changing. Young comes out. Young drops it around the far side boards. Miller will step up. The defenseman in to hold it in. Young had it tipped away. Still loose back there. Nikolajin had a hit on. York came away with it. Got it away from Malikov. Scott Young's got it behind the net. Young, he's followed all the way out by Mironov. Near side, Team USA controlling. Young cutting to the net, trying to knock it down on the way through, couldn't get it. Miller reached over and Larionov got it out of there. Good territorial play, though, by Team USA in this first period. Here comes Leach. Team's changing it up again. Deadmarsh has got room. Deadmarsh lost the puck. Wanted to shoot, and all of a sudden didn't have the one thing he needed to do it with the puck. 1 minute left to go. Pavel Bure cutting to the net. Shot one in front of him and wide. Off the near side wall and out of there. The winner of this to the goal game against Canada. Canada came with the easy win against Belarus earlier today. Now Team Canada waits their opponent. Near side, Deadmarsh taking a look. Saw the check coming, bounced off it. Down to 40 seconds to go in the period. Bravo Bure, Team USA chant going on here. Donchar's got it. Would have been offside, so Bure came back to center with it. Team Russia changing, little hook by Drury took him down.
The last 10 minutes of the 2-2 tie earlier in the tournament, Team USA really controlled the game. The first 20 minutes here, they really control the game. That's 30 straight minutes where Team USA has dominated the Russian team. They've outshot them 20-4 here in the first period.
Only a couple of seconds left. Shot is wide, and Team USA wins the first period. The power play goal picked up by Billy Guerin, ending the scoreless streak of Hobby Bullen. Richter had to make only 4 saves in that period, and Team USA, after one, has the 1-0 lead.
Nikolai Hobby Bullen amid the storm. Bill Guerin popping the rebound past him into the net, and the United States with a 1-0 lead over Russia at the first intermission of this semifinal game. Welcome back to Hockey Central and Bill Clement. Quite simply, that was a great period of hockey by the United States.
Top to bottom, Jim. First of all, Team USA came out and did exactly what they did in their very first game of this tournament against Finland. They established themselves defensively and then built from there. And we talked in our open about taking the sight lines away from Nikolai Hobby Bullen. They took sight lines away, and we'll take a look at how they did it in the first period. When they had the chance, they did it very well. First of all, when the puck goes back to the point and you're a forward, you know you've got to hustle to the front. The puck is coming back to the point. You got to hustle the screen, especially when there's 1, 2, 3 defenders staring at the point. Get in behind them. Here, Scott Young, Jeremy Roenick both moved to the front, waiting to take Nikolai Hobby Bullen's sight lines away. They did that, except for this beautiful glove save by Andrei Nikolishin. That might have been a goal, but look what Hobby Bullen is looking at. He's looking at the backs of people's, their uniforms. So no goal on that one. The same theme on Team USA's power play. Adam Deadmarsh with a key screen. When Deadmarsh came to the front here, he took away Hobby Bullen's view of the puck. Now, they didn't score on this first shot, but by taking Hobby Bullen's sight lines away, he was unable to control a rebound. It ended up right out in front of him. You can see Billy Guerin can see it. Nobody else can get to it quickly enough. What a great shot by Guerin. Zinged it right inside the post. So top to bottom, defensively, offensively, a wonderful period for Team USA.
Still, Hobby Bullen was brilliant. He stopped 19 of 20 shots, which means he's now made 60 saves in the last 61 shots he's seen. Mike Richter only faced 4 shots in the period. We'll be back with more right after this.
NBC's coverage of the 19th Olympic Winter Games is brought to you by Expedia.com. Don't just travel, travel right. By AT&T, proud sponsor of a world more connected. By the Mitsubishi Lancer, where style and substance meet. Are you in? And by the makers of Imodium Advanced Caplets. What a relief.
Welcome back. If you followed the life story of Herb Brooks, you probably remember that he was the last player cut from the 1960 United States Olympic team that won a gold medal in Squaw Valley. So he probably has a lot of empathy for Bill Guerin, who was the last player cut in 1992. Bill's with Darren Pang right now.
I'm sure you couldn't write it out any better than that. Outshot them 20-4, and you scored the only goal of the period.
Well, it's not done yet. We still have a long way to go. We're playing a world power in hockey, and we realize that. And we're not going to count our chickens before they're hatched, so we just want to come back with a better 20.
The goal that you scored, shot on goal, rebound, and you're right there on the doorstep.
Well, that's just what you're talking about. We wanted to throw a lot of pucks at them. Go to our strengths, and we have a lot of big forwards that do well around the net, so that's one of the things we wanted to try to do.
You're one of the leaders in that room. What are the key things being said before, Billy?
Just play to our strong points. We can't play worrying about them too much. We have to do what we've been doing, and most important of all, stay together.
Really great period. Thanks.
Thank you.
Boston Bruin Bill is the second leading goal scorer in the National Hockey League this year with 32, behind only Jerome Iginla of Calgary and Canada. The challenge now to Russia. Here's an American defense that has kept the space in front of Mike Richter clean. Herb Brooks calls it Chris Chelios' team. And right now, Chelly's imprint is well defined.
Ready for the second period, a 1-0 Team USA lead, and Mike Modano wins the faceoff. We're underway here. The power play goal by Billy Guerin has given Team USA the lead. As one of these clubs will face Canada in the goal. That's what it's all about here today. Played by Madonna in the middle. Hull. Save made. Habibul and Leclerc. Trying to turn it to the middle. Taken out of the play. That'll be a battle today. Number 11, Darius Kasparaitis for Russia. And John Leclerc, number 10 for Team USA. They'll meet a lot. Here's Hull. Left it. Chelios a shot. That got blocked into the middle. Oof. Put your body down in front of those and hang on.
That was Kasparaitis again. And the 1-0 win for the Russian team over the Czech Republic. A 1-0 win. They blocked 21 shots in that game, Gary. And they're getting bombarded with shots. Plus, they're blocking a ton of them.
Kasparaitis, a leading shot blocker in the National Hockey League, as well as a leading hitter. Roenick, the middle, save, Habibulin. Habibulin and a penalty coming up, and it's going to be on Team Russia.
Finneganov picked off Mike York as Team USA starts the second period quickly. They're controlling what we call a neutral zone between the two blue lines, and as soon as they get the puck, they're getting it deep. York went in. You can see him picked off by Finneganov, who was trying to buy time for his defenseman to play the puck, and Team USA will go on the power play. There's oh boy, Kasparaitis, heart and soul defenseman for Team Russia, playing tough against John Leclerc, and man, I think he blocked one below his left eye.
Shows, doesn't he? During the hockey season, that's what Kasparaitis looks like every day. Just adds a new one. But once every 2 weeks, you get another black and blue.
Yeah, it's 1-0 Team USA with a power play goal. See what they do here.
Finneganov out on the interference call. Just 57 seconds in. Second power play chance for Team USA in these Olympics now. 5 for 17 on the power play, while Team Russia's given up 6 power play goals and 16 chances against them. Shot all the way up ice on Mike Richter, who knocked that one away. Team USA will change up now on the power play unit. Tony Amati is out there, brought up by Jeremy Roenick. Leclerc, the other forward, just fell down on that one. Jamnov brings it out short-handed, and they will rag it back. Team USA changing behind the play and sent the length of the ice. Good defensive play that time by Andrei Nikolajin. Found out he didn't have anybody with him and found a way to get it up ice. Leach and Rafalski working a point. Madonna in the middle now. Madonna shot, save, Habibulin. Rebound goes behind the net. Kasparaitis lost it to Hull. Hull got it up the wall to the point. Leaves it near side, deflected Madonna, but not on net. Kasparaitis blocked that one too. Sergei Fedorov, penalty killer, able to clear it out.
And he's dangerous short-handed. We've not seen Ralston on the point on this power play.
There is Hull on the far side.
We do now. Ralston's on the point. And he was involved in the first goal.
He was as a forward playing the blue line on the power play unit. Time down to 28 seconds left on Team USA's advantage. Ryan Rafalski will start it up for them. Rafalski third among defensemen in scoring in the NHL. Back is Ralston. Larionov drove that back out of the zone, and it'll just be dumped into the corner. Deadmarsh on the deep rebound protected it. Played deeper into the zone near side, but not controlled. It's swept out again.
That'll get the job done for the Russian team. Big penalty kill. Low-scoring game. Russia not getting many scoring chances. They needed the penalty kill, and they got it.
Only one shot for Team USA on that power play opportunity. It remains a 1-0 game. Gary Suter, the defenseman, takes it down low to Guerin. Guerin wanted to reverse directions, but there wasn't any room. He got stood up. Malikov is standing right there. Finneganov just under the boxes on the right side with Fedorov. There he is at Finneganov. Back to Fedorov. Couldn't get it. Good defensive play. Chris Chelios. He stayed right with Sergei Fedorov, cutting through the middle, tied him up. Couple of Detroit Red Wings opposing each other. Guerin the shot. Instead of drawing it around him, he just took the shot. Waits got it, sends it deep. Both teams again over the boards. Chelios up ice. And it'll be onside. Near side, Davidovsky came over to get it. Got a reverse direction on it and did. He got hit by Young.
Let's see if Team USA's defense stand up again.
That was Roenick doing it over there, JD. Right along the blue line. Still has control of it over there as he protected the puck with the body. Good play. And now they can, well, lost control, be worked up ice. Shot wide, back in behind the net. Kovalchuk had the opportunities. He brought it in himself. Team USA gets it out. Both these teams trying to connect on long passes to get through that center ice area that is really blocked up with players. Hull into the corner. Gonchar was with him. Leclerc goes behind the net. Took his man down. Leclerc trying to reverse direction. Gets taken down. Hull's got the puck. Leclerc in front. Hull shot. That one blocked to the far side and out. Lariano put the body down on that and blocked it. He wanted to go to the bench. Finds himself with a puck and a little room in the middle. Kovalev shot off the outside of the pads on Richter. Kovalev from Larianov, who is going to change up. Alexei Kovalev, 20-goal scorer so far on the season. Good hold in, but lost it as he tried to get it back into the middle. Here's Hull from anywhere. His shots are tough, and that one was knocked away on the outside on that shot. Sent back in behind the net. Team USA change.
The shot by Kovalov went wide. He's had success against Mike Richter at the NHL level.
Off the face-off, Team USA trying to hold Kant, set out again, but Gary Suter comes right back to get it. Team USA chasing down all of these pucks that are being dumped out by Team Russia. Suter got tied up along the near side boards. Ralston trying to tip it to Amati. Tony Amati in. Amati looking. Amati, what a move. Shot, save, rebound. Ralston reach, couldn't get it.
Oh, the speed. And again, Gary, it's transition, it's defense. The U.S. team, you can tell their game plan from their coaching staff is working perfectly. And once they get to the offense, Amati loves to drive around defensemen. You can see Javi Bulin with a kick save and then held on to the puck as the rebound squirted away for just a second. Inside, outside on Miranov, and then to the net. And you can see the low play at the net, and Javi Bulin stopped that. Javi Bulin, Teemu Solani says that he likes to shoot high over the shoulders of Javi Bulin. That time it was a low shot and the save made.
That's Gonchar helping out. Javi Bulin and Richter, 1 and 2 in the Olympics and goaltenders, getting the job done. And you see why so far for Javi Bulin in this game. Richter's had to make only 5 saves. Almost 6 minutes into the second period. Russia's picked up 1 shot. Trying for another. Gonchar was cutting. Deadmarsh picked it up. Gonchar got caught up ice a little bit. Moved in by Guerin. Guerin looking, waiting for someone to get to the net. Tried to pass through and couldn't get it there. Kasparaitis blocked it. Now they'll set up Deadmarsh in front. Wraparound chance. Wait, save. Javi Bulin to the point. Held in again by Aaron Miller. Miller's shot. Glove save. Nobody there for Team USA. He's got to drop it off.
That play by Wade. Javi Bulin thought he was going to shoot high. He started to lift up and almost went underneath him.
Another interception. Drury save. Javi Bulin. It's Javi Bulin day. In behind the net, Amati got leveled. The 2-11s colliding and a penalty coming, I think. The roughing call on Kasparaitis.
Ian Amati. Big bang. And Kasparaitis and his team being badly outplayed. They've been outshot 30-5. 30-5, but it's only 1-0. Shot on goal. Javi Bulin's everywhere. There for the rebound. Speed by Team USA forwards, and there's the big high hit. And Kasparaitis goes. High hit, yeah, right to the head, much like Guerin's penalty in the first period against Team USA.
Another chance on the power play. Team USA, 6:32. Javi Bulin redirects it wide. On the shot from the point, Leclerc had it behind the net. Fedorov hangs on to Hull, spun him around. Hull takes him for a little ride there as he turned him back in behind the net.
Yeah, we knew Javi Bulin would be good, but we thought his team would be better than this.
It's Javi Bulin, and that's it. Fedorov up. Fedorov double team there. But he turned him the other way, short-handed. He'll send it back. Malakoff at center. Power play, Team USA. It is their 3rd power play of the game. They've picked up 1 power play goal. The only one up there on the board, Billy Guerin. As JD talked about earlier, the amazing thing right now, 31-5 the shots, but only a 1-0 lead. And that one goes up and over the glass.
I mean, this is remarkable. Team USA has dominated every aspect of the game, and Javi Bulin, his team's been outshot 11-1 here in the second period. We're only 7:16 in. I think the theme of the Team USA club is let's get the 1-0 lead into a 2-0 lead and a 3-0 lead. In other words, put it to them now. Well, we have them on their heels, and they are. But Javi Bulin is the Bulin wall here now, isn't he?
That's the nickname. That's what he's got on the mask, and he's living up to the reputation. Back to Phil Housley. This is the power play. Leach and Housley on the blue. Housley's got room. Housley will take it. Javi Bulin. Save. Rebound. Young. Off the top of the net. Score!
comes into the power play. A big blast by Housley. Watch Hobby Bullen make the save here on the rebound with his hand. There. The puck, though, went over his shoulder, came back down, and in the net. They're trying to screen him. Young does a good job with that. Amonti's in front. Hobby Bullen reached, but couldn't get the puck. And I think we may have a timeout by the Russian team called. They are being dominated by Team USA. Great second save there. But the puck had momentum up over top. You can see Zhamnov waved at it, but missed 2-0. Both power play goals by Team USA.
I think Scott Young was the last one to touch that thing. He bounced it up in the air. And then in, it looked like there was a chance for Nicolishin to make a save. He got in there, but he couldn't get his hand on the puck behind Hobby Bullen. Well, Team USA takes a 2-0 lead.
And Slava Fetisov and his team, they all just got into a huddle. A big huddle. They called timeout. Not even at the midpoint of the second period, trying to get their act together here because they are getting dominated. Young does a great job with the screen in front. Shot on goal. Now there's 2 forwards there, and you're right. That'll be a Young goal up over top. Oof.
Here's a chance at the other end. Datsu centered Lariano from the rebound. Puck still loose. A little fire. That's one of the best scrums in front Team Russia's had, and it comes right after the timeout. Guerin had it stripped at center ice. What a play by Kravchuk there, took it away. The goal at 7:31, Young's 4th of these Olympics, and his 8th all-time Olympic goal from Housley and Leach.
Good shift after the timeout by the Russian team. A couple of shots. Bad angle shots, but at least a couple of shots.
They've got to generate some. Markov, they have only 7 in the game. Team USA on top here, 2-0. Chased back by Suter. Saw the hit coming and just backed away from Kovalev, who was moving in. Team USA up ice. Madonna brings his line back out. Moto behind the net. Leclerc in front with him. All the way around as they finish the line change. The wrister tipped in front. Leclerc was in there, but it never got to him. Good block made by the defenseman. Back the other way, Bure left it shot by his brother, deflected and covered. Welcome back, everybody. Team USA leading it by a score of 2-0 in a game that will send the winner to the gold medal matchup against Canada. And right now, Team USA, while the lead isn't surprising, the domination is. Outshooting Team Russia 33-8. These two teams played to a 2-2 tie earlier. York moves it in. Full house on hand here to see this one. And Team USA has been to show that one off York's stick on that attempted clear. Right in front of the netminder.
This line for Russia's got the great goal scorer Pavel Bure on it. He's had 1 shot so far, and that was a bad angle shot.
York left it. Young's chance off the glove into the seats, and we'll check in with Darren Pang. Darren?
Gary, there you saw Scott Young trying to go high over the glove side on Nikolai Hobby Bullen. This goaltender doesn't have many weaknesses. I had a chance between periods to talk to Warren Strelo. He said go high. But I thought the most interesting comments was that of Vladislav Tretiak before Hobby Bullen played the Czech Republic. He said, you are a good goalie, but what is this really about? It's really about who is better. Is it you or Dominik Hasek? And Hobby Bullen responded in that one. Boy, has he been terrific in this one.
He got a 1-0 shutout in that game. We mentioned he didn't become a goaltender until he was 14. That's after he read Tretiak's book.
You know, the other thing is Tretiak coached in Montreal and also had Marty Brodeur be one of his coaches in hockey schools there. For 6 or 7 years, Tretiak has worked with Marty Brodeur, who's the starting goaltender right now for Team Canada. So he's had his paw prints all over the place here, hasn't he?
Huge experience as a player and now as a coach worldwide.
First time he's ever coached. And after their first win of the tournament over Belarus 6-4, he was on cloud 9. He'd never been part of a win as a coach, and he just was so thrilled.
Whole different feeling down there on the bench. That's Wade out at center, turning the play along with Guerin as they continue. Just scrum it up, another turnover. Guerin up ice.
They have controlled this middle of the ice. Team USA has, as they're now called for icing, but they have controlled it, Gary. The Russian team is a skill team, a passing team, a puck possession team, but if they can't go through the area between the blue lines in control and speed, that takes away from their offense. And Team USA's game plan is stay up at the blue line, hold it, don't back up, and the Fetisov-led club has not been able to crack them yet.
Team USA in Olympic play 2-7-1 against Russia, including the 1 tie that came here this week. Brought back up by Ralston. Blue line shot. Save made into the corner. Happy Bullet. Chris Drury leaves it back in behind the net for Ralston. Set up on the dasher. Larionov trying to pin him up. Knocked away. Ralston, what an Olympic experience he's had here. Sent to the far side. Couldn't be connected on. Kovalev will clear it out. Kovalev, Datsuk, and Larionov on this line for Team Russia. Larionov high on the wall. Dumped it back in behind the net to Kovalev. Kovalev, Larionov cutting shot. That one got blocked. Hit Leach with it. Kovalev turns it back. Datsuk couldn't handle. Ralston on him. Larionov's there with him. Dropped it for Larionov. He's got to chase it down to the side, though. No shots coming here. Centering pass. Datsuk will wrist it. That deflected in front. Brodeur couldn't find it, but he got help, and it's cleared.
And Miller worked his man over in front. That's the very strong Alexei Kovalev. USA minus 2 players. Roenick and Deadmarsh have both gone to the locker room. Deadmarsh has a skate problem. I know that.
Cleared back near side, and that'll roll in behind the net. Richter watches as it's played by Brian Rafalski, and moved up the far side at a trailblazing speed. Shot deflected. Leclerc just wound up with that one and gave it a little extra. Another Hull blast, and that one goes to the side. Hull was all alone for that chance. Jamnov, they'll try and work it out here with 11:18 into the period, and still not a lot of good scoring chances for Team Russia. Bounce through the middle. York coming over to get it. York, Leclerc, and Hull are out there. Good hard hit on York. He just got stood up by Markov. And now Team USA will change. Boris Mironov on the near side. Sent it up ice. Chris Chelios won't have to get it icing close.
This line here would have Roenick on the line, but Roenick is not on the bench right now. Alexei Kovalev not having what you term a great tournament, Gary. And I was asking, I said, you nervous? He says, no, I'm having trouble, though. I said, what do you mean? He said, altitude. I can't handle it. He said he went out to dinner the other night, had dinner, started to shake during dinner. Started to really shake. He said, I think it's altitude. We're up in the neighborhood of 4,500 feet here above sea level, and he's having trouble. He thinks that's what it is. He started to actually shake during dinner.
Where was he eating?
Oh, you're bad.
It clearly wasn't in our compound, because we've eaten many a meal there. We haven't done any shaking at all. Off the far side, Tony Amonte. Amonte's blast. Save made. Rebound. Young, not quite. Scott Young reached in, trying to backhand it, and could not get to it. Sent back in by Kasparaitis. Yashin down, sliding in behind the net. Poked up in the air, but not far enough for anybody to do anything with it here. Scrum goes on. York reaching in, dug it out. Points wide open here. Give up the shot, though. Benegenov from behind the net. Leaves it for Gonchar. Shooting defenseman. Wide side chance. That one ripped on the short side and wide. Kravchuk was wide open there at the right point. Team USA, Chelios back. Chris Chelios. He feathers that in as Team USA changes. Loose in the far side corner. Nicolation got to it, cleared it out. Icing. Nope, waved off. Sorry, they wave it off.
Roenick has just returned to the USA bench. Walking fine. It must have been a skate problem also.
Jeremy Roenick will keep an eye on him coming back out. Couple of forecheckers up. Team USA breaking that with a long pass, though. Drury in front of the net. The shot went behind him and wide. Near side, Aaron Miller able to hold it in. Cut off along the boards. Markov had moved up. Cleared it up and out to center. But again, no transition. Datsuk up. Datsuk and Miller. Miller hanging onto his stick, and a penalty coming on Miller. Delayed call, and there it is. With Miller's penalty, the second power play of the game, 13:23 coming up.
Grabbing the stick, Datsuk, who plays with the Detroit Red Wings, couldn't make the play as Miller grabbed the stick.
Short-handed Ralston. Ralston takes it. Save. Happy Boland lost it side of the net. Ralston had a second chance at it. So the second power play for Team Russia. 3 for 16 here in the Olympics. They are down 2-0 to Team USA. Off the near side, sent in by Jamnov, or he tried to. Came right back to him, though. Behind the net, Jamnov was giving chase. Valerie Bure up to the point. Team USA penalty killers coming right out on the puck, forcing the action. Far side Malikov stepped up to help hold it in, but this is all perimeter stuff and no shots on it. Now a little room on top. Markov chooses not to take it. Leaves it Bure. Heading to the net. Deflected up in the air. Jamnov never got a stick on it into the seats.
Roenick was back helping out Mike Richter. He may have been the player that knocked the puck into the air. Roenick missed a couple of shifts. We think was an equipment problem. The Russian club on a power play always trying to set up that pass right across the top of the goal crease for a slam dunk on the other side. This one was in the air. Pavel Bure with a pass across, and Roenick got a stick on it, put the puck into the stands. Nice defensive play.
Good help for Mike Richter down low. Power play still underway. Turned back into the corner, Yashin. Fedorov up the boards. Tipped away from him deeper. Samsonov came back to get it. Samsonov fell down. Madonna reached in. Still controlled by Team Russia at the point. Davidovsky leaves it. Big blast, Fedorov. Save made and covered by Richter.
Still 49 seconds to go. I think this is the only way Team Russia is going to get on the board, or at least you would think, because at even strength, they have been absolutely shut down. The power play gives them that hope to try to find some offense. Fedorov, the bend in the stick to get the whip of the puck, and a hard shot on Mike Richter, and he held on, played the angle well.
Fedorov will stay out there on the power play. Couple of goals, 3 points for him so far in the Olympics. Gonchar left it back there again. Now Team USA drops back a little bit. Still a little opening. Fedorov shot, and that goes into the seats off the stick in front.
Gary Suter, the defenseman, moved up, chipped the puck, and deflected it into the stands. Suter's brother played for Herb in the tournament years ago.
22 years ago today.
Isn't that something, huh? Isn't that something? I asked Herbie what the key was in the biggest moment in that 1980 tournament. He said the tie in the game late against Team Sweden. The tie. Bill Baker scored. And we went right out after that, beat the Czechs 7-4, and got on a roll.
And of course, Herb Brooks coaching in the Olympics for Team USA has never lost a game. He has when he was coaching for France last year. He's kept that streak alive with Team USA this year with 9 wins now and 2 ties behind the bench for the U.S. Olympic efforts. Into the corner, Yashin. Yashin moving at 9 left on the power play. Trying to run it in short side once, twice. Richter has the glove on it.
Yashin is strong. It took both defensemen to stop him on that play. Both Suter and Chelios stopped the New York Islander Alexei Yashin from getting in front of the net. He's a big, strong horse. Chelios is there, so Suter moves across. Boom. Elbow up. Said hello to his helmet. And both defensemen stopped Yashin from getting in front.
Alexei Yashin, a 24-goal scorer, tied for 5th in the NHL in total points. He has 1 goal so far for Team Russia in these Olympics. And the power play is over, and it remains a 2-0 lead for Team USA. Miller's back out on the ice. Leach took it away and cleared it.
And Denmarsh has also returned to the USA bench, so all hands on deck.
Closing in on the 4-minute mark to go here in this period. Shamnoff moving it up. Team Canada watching and waiting. Knocked down by Richter. Had a little trouble with that one as it bounced. Shamnoff had the shot. Denmarsh will clear it out of there. Guerin almost on the intercept.
Team USA keeping this Russian team to the outside. Penalty coming up.
Leach made the move. Leach gets in. Leach centered. There's the touch.
A slash against Brian Leach as he just took control of the puck near center ice. This Russian team scored 6 goals against Belarus in the first game, 6-4. They've had 4 goals since in 4 games, including this one. Is that something? There's the turnover. Malakoff, his pass didn't work. And there goes Leach. Take charge, and there he took the slash across the left arm. So Shamnoff goes to the penalty box. Leach with a nice play. He got the goaltender down, then fed the puck back in front, but they couldn't get the shot.
Well, Shamnoff out of there. And now Team USA, this is a real chance to go up 3-0 in this game.
You get 3, that means they need 4 to beat you.
This Russian penalty killing unit has struggled, giving up 7 power play goals and 18 chances. That's only 61% effective. That's very low. And a whistle, somebody in the crease.
What a battle. Markov and Leclerc. I think they're saying Leclerc was inside the crease, so the faceoff goes outside. Markov and Leclerc, 2 strong guys. Leclerc actually ended up on top of Markov, but his feet were inside the goal crease. Power forward. Scores on deflections, scores on rebounds. Look at the strength of him. But his skate is inside the goal crease, so the whistle sounds and the faceoff comes outside.
Don LeClaire, he'll stay right there when they get that puck back into the zone, though. That's where he is most effective. He has 2 power play goals in the Olympics. Goals by Guerin at 15:56 of the first period, and by Young at 7:31 of the second from Housley and Leach. The Team USA relying on that power play. They get a couple of power play goals, and now they got another chance. Fedorov giving chase. Talking about the rushing lack of scoring. 6 in the first game, 2 against USA, and then 1 against Finland and 1 against the Czech Republic. So it's gone downhill.
I think Fedorov has been maybe the best forward. He has worked hard here in this game, real hard.
Under 3 to go in the period. 1:05 on the power play. Back to center. Team USA's got to get on side. Short-handed opportunity. Right by on Richter, and the rebound came into the middle. Richter did a 360 rebound shot. Yashin, and he missed another. 2 chances. Richter on that rebound off the boards did a somersault, trying to keep his eye on the puck as it rocketed back out in front of him. Back in the power play, Tony Amati. Amati with Leach. Leach. Amati. Young in the middle. Pass to him. Blocked. It's blocked again. Finding an Amati. Save made. Rebound. Housley. Shot. Score!
Gigantic goal, gigantic. The puck is forced, the turnover by Young. Shot by Amati, and here comes Housley. Right through Javi Bull, and 3-0, another power play goal. And you know, Gary, I talked to Herb Brooks about 3 months ago, and he says, I'm thinking about Housley. I said, yeah, why? He says, power play, speed, big ice. He'll make a difference. I'm thinking about Housley.
Good thought.
And boy, was it ever. Unbelievable tournament for Phil Housley, having the best time of his life.
First time in the Olympics after 20 years in the National Hockey League, the highest scoring American-born player. Phil Housley, the defenseman, and he puts one home here. His first Olympic goal ever. Tony Amati got the assist at 17:39. Team USA, power play, power play, power play, and they've got a 3-0 lead.
Guerin with a hit, Chelios with a hit. They are knocking the Russian team backwards. 2 big, hard hits, and we have a Russian player down. It may be Nikolishin. I'm not 100% sure. No, it's Kravchuk, who was added late because of the injury to Yaskevich, a great defenseman playing in Toronto. Chelios with the last hit. He's the one that hit Kravchuk. Guerin earlier, watch this. Wham! Did he ever knock his man off balance? That's Shamnov. Seconds later, Chelios moves across, and he throws a lick into a player. Team USA with a 3-0 lead late in the second. They're not just sitting, Gary. They're being proactive here.
Keep it going is what they want to do, obviously, with the powerhouse opportunity that Russia could have if they could ever find a little room. Sergei Fedorov. So if Team USA keeps it going, they won't get that room. Fedorov's got it in the corner. Dropped it behind the net. Samsonov, Larionov, and Fedorov on this line for Team Russia. Samsonov back to the point. Kasparaitis holds it in. Dropped it along the boards. They cycle. Leach knocked it away. Down low, Gonchar, the defenseman. They couldn't get it to him. All this cycling, though, again, is perimeter cycling. They're not getting anything in the high-scoring areas in that slot. Samsonov to the point. Fedorov to Gonchar. Gonchar, unwilling to shoot, hits the outside of the net. Centering pass taken away, Ralston.
Perfect defense, perfect.
Here comes Drury up ice. Team USA changing. Cutting near side, pass block. Had Tony Amati, there he is. Amati went all the way across ice to get it. Ralston had it taken away by Kasparaitis. Team Russia will chase down.
You know, some of the young kids for Team Russia, Samsonov, Kovalchuk, guys like that have played so well in this tournament. Haven't seen them today much.
Nope, not been heard from. Gonchar's chance blocked. Rafalski trying to get it out of there. Got help and cleared by Housley. Back to get it, Kasparaitis. Under a minute to go here in this period, and it's been all Team USA as they have dominated in about every aspect of this game. Their power play has been exceptional. Save made on Nikolishin's chance. Center on the far side, LeClaire. Mironov hit by LeClaire as he sent it back in. And we've got a 3-0 Team USA lead. So one more period to win, and it will be that matchup that North America and much of the world's been talking about. Canada, Team USA for the gold. Will it be? Team USA is certainly headed in that direction. Guerin, Young, Housley, 3-0.
First Olympic goal of Phil Housley's career. Long awaited and surely part of the icing on the cake for a man who waited for this opportunity and puts the United States ahead 3-0. Welcome back to Hockey Central. Bill Clement, probably the oldest and most shop-worn cliche in sports. Team effort. This is it.
It's working. I don't care what you call it, cliche or otherwise, it's working. This, through 2 periods, is one of the 10 best defensive games played by Team USA I've ever seen. One of the 10 best games I've ever seen.
Played by anybody.
By anybody, defensively. And not only that, Team USA is sticking to its game plan. They continue to take away the sightlines of Hobby Bullen. It may sound like a broken record, but it's part of the game plan, and this is how Team USA is generating its offense. We'll take a look at the power play goal that they scored to make it 2-0, and the theme continues. First of all, they want to face off in the offensive zone. That's always important. And there are 2 issues here. One is Jeremy Roenick playing the high slot right here. That takes some attention away from the front of the net and allows Scott Young, number 48, to set up his screen. But what a screen he sets up. Look at the screen by, right there. Look at Hobby Bullen having to lean around him. Meanwhile, Jeremy Roenick is still in the high slot waiting. Finally, when the shot comes, you can see that Scott Young has moved over to the other side. Hobby Bullen is now leaning to the right. Hobby Bullen has had trouble controlling his rebounds, especially when there were screens, and Scott Young got help from Tony Amati. Bang, 2-0. Now, I wondered if it was the screens that was affecting the rebounds for Nikolai Hobby Bullen, but on the 3rd goal, watch this. The rebound all the way out to Phil Housley above the faceoff dot, and here's what helped Phil Housley with his shot right here. See this defenseman going down? Phil Housley already factored in he would have to get the puck up high. He did. He got it up and over Nikolai Hobby Bullen, so textbook defense, timely offense, a perfect game for Team USA so far.
The shot stats are mind-boggling. 38 for the United States, only 11 for Russia. Defensive game, Chris Chelios. We'll have him when we come back.
NBC's coverage of the 19th Olympic Winter Games is brought to you by EDS. EDS, managing the complexities of the digital economy. By Pizza Hut, home of the new Pizzone Pizza, the pizza you eat like a sandwich. By Coca-Cola, refreshing the Olympic spirit since 1928. And by Delta, official airline of the 2002 Olympic Winter Games.
He's 40 years old. He's the oldest member of the United States team. Member of the team in Sarajevo in 1984, captain in 1998. Got onto this team after a personal interview with Herb Brooks. He's Chris Chelios, and he's standing by with our Darren Pang right now.
Yep. Chris, I know you're well prepared for this hockey game, but up 3-0 in this game, I'm sure it's gone beyond expectations even.
Well, we got a tight game against them the first time. We made some adjustments. I thought we played a lot more aggressive, especially the first period, by just shooting the puck and then stacking our blue line, you know, trying not to let them get speed into our zone. We had that problem the first game against them, so, you know, we're fortunate. We got a few power play goals, helped a lot, and, you know, we've been doing all the little things right so far.
Chris, you're the captain of this team, and I know the dream is to win a gold medal like they did 22 years ago. What do you say in the locker room to get ready for the 3rd?
Well, we control our own destiny, obviously, here. We got 20 minutes to get in that gold medal round game. You know, we've got to keep playing the same type of game, not back off, not just try and be happy with the lead. Go after it, try and get that 4th goal without taking chances.
Chris, thanks for joining us. Good luck.
Thank you, Darren.
Russia has its Boolean wall in goal. America has a blue line wall in front of Mike Richter. It helps to set up offense like this Scott Young goal. 3-0 USA. Happy faces for the Stars and Stripes in the East Center as Russia now faces the grim reality of trying to come from 3 goals down against an American men's ice hockey team that hasn't lost on American soil in more than 70 years.
Bill McCurry ready to drop the puck. Gary Thorne, John Davidson back with you, and we're underway in the 3rd as Team Canada waits for the player and the team that will be going up against them. Shot, score! Hang on!
Team Russia made a line change. Kovalchuk taken off. The youngster taken off the Fedorov line with Samsonov, and Alexei Kovalov put on it. And we see a goal scored by the Russians 11 seconds in. Tverdovsky across to the far side. Cross corner dump in. Suter sees Kovalov moving in. He's got the puck, surprises Richter, who didn't seem to be set. And just like that, I almost thought it was icing. The Kovalov got there, and he's strong enough with a backhand shot to get a good amount of strength on the shot. Kovalov scores.
Alexei Kovalev makes it a 3-1 game. And perhaps as important as when it comes, just seconds into this period. 11 seconds in, Kovalev gets his first of the Olympics, and they're going for another. On the back of the net, centered shot, saved by Richter. And a big save on Shamnov. Shamnov had gotten open in front. Leach is doing battle in front of the net with Bure. Cleared up to the point, not out. Held in behind the net. Bure looking. Shamnov cutting. Bure on Richter, and he's got to cover that.
And 2 good shifts in a row. The Russian bench, you can just look over there and see them standing and start to talk. And for the first time in this game, show an ounce of passion. They got a little life all of a sudden. And a couple of shots plus a goal. Puck's behind the net. Bure passes it off the back of the net to himself in front. And Richter robs Shamnov from right in front. Pavel Bure moves in front. Richter sees the puck off his pad and hangs on quickly.
Wow, quick shots. Kovalev's goal. Markov and Tverdovsky got the assists on it. A 3-1 game now. Larionov in the corner, reaching for it. Couldn't get to it. Cleared out.
And the youngster Kovalchuk's been moved to this line. There he is on the puck.
So Slava Fetisov, the coach of Team Russia, trying to find some offensive combinations now. On the far side, brought in offside, and a little late shot that Housley didn't like.
And they go at the 18-year-old Kovalchuk, who has a little edge to his game. He doesn't back up. All of a sudden, and we were talking about during the intermission, where's the life of the Russian team? Where's the passion? Well, they change things up here, and they start the third period with 3 strong shifts in a row. Now we'll see if Yashin's line with Nikolishin and Afinogenov can follow up for Slava Fetisov and his teams. Fetisov was told if they get to the gold medal game, the president, Putin, will fly over here for it.
They want to get there and have that shot against Team Canada. That one deflected high. And another chance. Kovalchuk, the youngster, dumped it in. Gonchar pushed it back. Kasparaitis got it into the middle. He's going to have to play it back deeper into his own end, though. So a couple of quick shots taken to start this period. Gonchar.
Now this Russian line was not changed up. They've had this unit together all game.
And again, off is in the middle, going behind the net for it. It got cut off. Jammed up by Gary Suter against the boards. Dug out of there by Nikolishin. Good job, Nikolishin, to free it up. Yashin with it. Yashin in the corner. Yashin around Leach. Blocked by Chelios. Yashin, look at the strength. Yashin trying to get a shot off. Chelios blocked it, and it's cleared. It's not going to come easy for either team, but man, are they putting some heat on.
4 straight shifts to start the third period by Team Russia with the puck deep in the U.S. zone.
Offside. Let's check in with Darren Pang. Darren.
Thanks very much, fellas. We know before this game that there was some concern as far as the Russian Ice Hockey Federation was concerned regarding officiating. That has obviously not been a problem. Bill McCreary is here, and he's a terrific referee. There is Bob Naden, who's on the officials committee of the IIHF, and he's been based in Toronto for 40 years. At the request of the IIHF, he will monitor the hallway of the officials there, fellas, just to make sure that there's not any outside influence, to make sure that either one of the teams are going into that room and causing anything, any kind of controversy whatsoever. And Bob will be there for the remaining games, fellas.
All right, far side. Got security everywhere else. Might as well have it there. That rolled in. Shot deflected. Again, it was Kovalev. Centering pass couldn't be tipped. This is not the same Russian team that played the first 2 periods.
What happened? Their whole bench is standing. The life is there. This is going to be some ride now. 5 straight shifts where they're putting pressure on.
Right back in near side. Kovalev off the wall. A little hard. Fedorov came back in behind the net to break it up, but couldn't control it. Here's Modano going deep with it. 2 back. Leclerc cutting to the net. Shot goes to the near side off Hull's chance and wide. Blocked by the defenseman. Both teams change it up. Kovalev still out there on the ice. Bouncing puck brought in by Shamnov. Centered. Comes back to the point. Look out here. Wrister. Score!
regroup at the bench. Within 3 minutes, 21 seconds of this third period, it was 3-0. It's now 3-2. Malakoff from the blue line finds a seam. It goes through everybody, including Mike Richter's legs. A ricochet through and through the legs. Malakoff, not a hard shot, but lots on it. A little redirection. It's 3-2, 3:21 into the third period. The Russian team has life. They have come back from the dead. They were done. No life, no passion, anything. A couple of changes. The Kovalov goal early got them going. And Team USA now comes off their timeout. Herb Brooks uses it wisely.
You could see danger, JD, on that one, because for about the first time in this game, Team USA was running around. Malakoff, when he got the puck, had nobody looking at him. They were all looking in a different direction. When he took the shot, nobody except Richter had any idea that he was going to shoot.
Gary, it's like between periods during the intermission, the teams changed jerseys.
Yeah. It is a 3-2 game. Team USA trying to get one back. Save made on the turnaround chance for Waite. A 3-0 lead to start the third period for Team USA. And Russia's answered with 2 goals at 11 seconds in 3:21, coming out as an entirely different looking team and have made this a 1-goal game. The winner of this game will face Canada in the gold medal game on Sunday. And when you started the period about 4 minutes ago, you figured it's going to be USA. Ralston, save made. Javi Bulin. Right now, it is up for grabs. Tony Amonte's shot went wide. Centered. Knocked down in front. Drury, and a penalty coming, I think. No, just a face-off. Puck hit with a high stick.
Markov had the big hit. Big hit on Drury near the goal net of Javi Bulin. Markov has had a great Olympics tournament. Plays for the Phoenix Coyotes. And the faceoff stays inside the Russian zone. Javi Bulin, the goaltender, had very little work over the first 3.5 to 4 minutes of this third period. Now Team USA comes back with 2 good shifts after giving up that second goal.
5-2 the shots here in the third period in favor of Russia. But Team USA has outshot Russia in the game 40-16. An amazing number, and yet it's a 1-goal game. Drury racing up ice, got it. Chris Drury, the move, the shot. Javi Bulin a save. Rebound kicked at him by Ralston, but knocked out to the corner. 3-on-2 the other way. Kovalchuk moves it in. Larionov in the middle. Leach broke it up. Ryan Leach of the Rangers on the intercept. Kasparaitis just on the ice. Tony Amonte spun him around. Puck underneath him.
Timeout worked for Team USA. They're back skating again. They're playing their game again.
They had just turned the button off, or at least down, to start the period. It's back up. A Finnegan off chance. Off a defenseman. Cleared. John LeClaire leaves it near side. Madonna getting up slowly after taking a hit. He's still out there on the ice. Kasparaitis dropped it in the middle. Swung back on the pass. Madonna there on the intercept. So Madonna stayed out and had to as he intercepted it. Here's Housley. Housley leaves it. Shot save. Javi Bulin again. LeClaire putting the little check on, freed it up. He and Kasparaitis now doing battle. LeClaire knocked Kasparaitis off the puck, came back to him, up to the point and out.
Great passions by both teams. Great passion by both teams. It was one-sided for 2 periods, but for some reason, the Russian team now having passion.
Offside, Team USA. A 3-2 Team USA lead.
Billy Guerin started it for Team USA. Finds the rebound inside the goalpost. 1-0. Young on the power play. 2-0. Housley moves in. 3-zip. Power play on fire. But then to start the third period, Kovalov darts in. Backhand shot underneath and through Mike Richter. And then Malakoff ends up scoring a goal here. Both goals on Richter under and through him. And we sit here with a 1-goal U.S. lead.
In the middle for the tying goal. That one blocked to the far side. The shots they couldn't get, they're getting now. Markov with a chance. That one deflected off a stick on the centering pass all the way back to Mike Richter. And he will leave it there, played by Daniel Markov from Phoenix. Moved it up the near side, intercepted Deadmarsh. Bounces at center. Kovalev line back out there. Great stick handling. Samsonov turnaround shot. Deflected. Look out. Wrap around. Kovalev. How did Richter get over? Mike Richter left to right on Kovalev. He had empty net looking at him when he started from the back of the net. Kovalev tipped it in again.
Richter just now gets his catching glove back on.
What a play by Richter, intercepted. Everything that's happening in the third period being done by Russia was what Team USA did for 2 periods. Shot deflected off a stick and wide. Into the corner, the chase after Bure had the opportunity. Leach will come to the near side boards. Team USA 3-2 in the house, a buzz with what they're seeing here from Russia in the third. Leach in. Javi Bolin straight up in the air. Came down behind the net. Deadmarsh took the hit. Ralston. Guerin had the puck. Played around to Bure. Team USA changing. They get it out of the zone. Housley with it. Up ice, both teams on the over-the-board change here, just getting people out.
If there's one player that's changed the complexion of this game, it's Kovalev. He wasn't playing much. Fourth line, they put him on the first unit to start the third period, and the whole game's changed.
Team USA chant going up. That one got through far side. Bure blasted it. Rebound shot. Got tied up in the defenseman's legs. Bure again, moving it in, dropped it off. Richter gets back up, was down on his knees, now up and guarding the net. Intercepted and cleared by Amati.
Mike Richter plays his angle here, doesn't let this one slide through. From Flowertown, Pennsylvania, he's had great success against Pavel Bure all through his career. Penalty shots in playoffs, breakaways in all-star games, and he stops him again. Look at Kovalev on the wraparound. He lost the puck, didn't quite get there. Richter lost his catching glove on the play. Kovalev has made a difference in this third period.
It has heated up to the typical Olympic matchup when Team USA and Team Russia get together. They played earlier in these Olympics to a 2-2 tie. They are now in a 1-goal game, 8:13 into the period. Alexei Yashin dumped it into the corner. Chelios back to get it, and a whistle and a penalty.
Go to the goal. Lucas Brown. They're in our house, boys. Looking for a big game out there. It's a big one. You go get them. Red, white, blue. Yep, get them all.
Chevrolet sponsors the 2002 U.S. Olympic team all year long. And it shows.
Hey, good job. All right, just zoom right in on Chelios. Yeah, oh, that's great.
Chevy, day in, day out. We'll be there.
Power play opportunity. Russia, Hull, hooking, 8:19. Third chance they've had on the advantage. They've not scored. A couple of hard shots on it, though. Into the corner, Young had it, lost it. Yashin trying to protect the puck. Fedorov there, Young on him. Fedorov comes back to the point. Russia power play goal would tie this up. Samsonov leads a turn. Fedorov. Richter got a piece of that redirected. Gonchar. Davidovsky working on top. That's Gonchar. His shot. That got blocked behind the net. Samsonov with it. Team USA, the puck right now just does not want to come to Team USA's stick because Team Russia wants it more. Davidovsky dropped it off. Fedorov back to it. Looking for Gonchar. Takes the wrister. Deflected in front. Yashin reach, couldn't get it. Comes to the near side to Fedorov. But they're holding it in here. Power play's got 50 left on it. Sergei Fedorov. Samsonov. Yashin on the power play with him. Davidovsky back over to Gonchar, who can shoot and hard. Wristed it. That got blocked to the near side. Suter blocked it. Into the corner, Gary Suter. Dug for it. Couldn't get it out. Long penalty killing unit. Shot. Deflected over the net. Davidovsky took the shot. Fedorov's got the puck. Team USA, the legs right now are gone.
Chelios and Suter have been out there the whole time. They haven't been able to get off the ice.
They've kept the puck in for the whole power play chance. Fedorov shot. Rebound. Turnaround shot. Save Richter. What a save Mike Richter made. They still can't clear the zone. Back into the middle. Gonchar centered it. Shot. Yashin missed it. Samsonov didn't get it. Samsonov shot. It drove it right into the defender.
Samsonov can't believe he didn't score. He's shaking his head. Here's the first one. Richter will throw his catching glove up right here. Oh, that was on its way in. What a save that was. Here's another one, just chipped wide by Yashin. Puck off the post. Samsonov thought he scored again, and then Roenick may have saved one by blocking the puck. Samsonov got rubbed by the hand of Richter, and then a goal post. Now Slava Fetisov is up, yelling and screaming. I don't know. I think he wants the puck dropped.
Maybe the time on the penalty. The whole team was pointing to the clock.
There's 4 seconds there right now. I think he wanted more time put back on the clock. Who could have heard the whistle? It was too loud in here.
And he wanted him to check upstairs with a video replay to see whether that shot by Samsonov crossed the line, I think. The power play is over. They got 6 shots on that power play. It remains a 3-2 Team USA lead. LeClaire hit in the corner, freed up along the near side boards. Team USA holds it in. Behind the net, Malakoff with it. Malakoff got it up the far side, Bure. Bure will crisscross, dumped in along the wall. Aaron Miller back. Miller turned around by Bure, who pinned it up. Madonna came in to help. Both teams changing. Near side Leach. He's got a step. Leach. Oh, off the glove and wide. Happy Boland. You think the nerves aren't clattering at each end right now? We're 11:04 into the third period.
And Russia's already had more shots in this third period than they had in the first 2 periods combined.
That's going to be whistled on the offside.
Now, if that had been a goal by Team Russia, they would have called down from upstairs because they look at them quickly. We'll take a look at the overhead view of it. The Russian team still questioning why it wasn't looked at, but actually it does get looked at. That one goes wide. Now, they're questioning this one right here by Samsonov. Goal post and out. And then there's Roenick over top of the puck. If that's in the goal crease, it's a penalty shot. But I think he was just outside the goal crease when he was on top of the puck.
Chris Drury will move in to take the draws. Ralston got chased. Russia now has 14 shots in the third period. They had 11 combined in the first 2. An amazing comeback here in the third period by Russia, but they are still down a goal. Team USA and Russia deciding who will face Canada in the gold medal game. Taken back. Ralston dumped it back into the middle. Drury turning it up ice. Chris Drury along the near side wall. Poke checked away from him. Back in behind the net. Tony Amati went back to Ralston. Good play by Amati to keep it alive. Shot redirected. Save made and cleared out. That went through everybody on Javi Bulin. Nikolai Khabibulin and Mike Richter both coming off shutouts into this game. Richter kept his going into the third period and then quickly, 11 seconds in, lost it. Khabibulin had lost it in the first. Back the other way, it'll be Kovalchuk in the middle. Turnaround chance, no. Off the wall, Kasparaitis. And it's loose. Richter made a save and then couldn't find it.
Doug Waite made Kovalchuk pay. He nailed him with a shoulder to the chest. And always look for 27. Kovalov's back on the ice.
He has been red hot here in this third period. Guerin giving chase. Kasparaitis up. Gonchar tipped it out of the zone. Team USA was changing. They got 2D back. Into the middle. That's Kovalev. Boland Leach. Intercepted shot. Fedorov save off the shoulder. Sergei Fedorov. Richter got the shoulder. Fedorov's. That one hit the defenseman out in front in the pile. In fact, with Samsonov as well. And Waite will get to the red and dump it in. Richter goes to the corner for it. 3-2. Team USA. 12:45 into period number 3. Leach. A furious pace in this third period. Sent back. Team Russia was changing. In fact, they had to get a man back on the bench there to avoid a too many men call. Kovalev along the near side. Offside. Mike Modano on the rush up ice has drawn a penalty on Russia.
He looked like he had Nicolishin beaten to the outside. Nicolishin reached out and pulled him down. Madonna with a step on him, the stick into the hip. Team USA has had a red hot power play in this game. They could use one here. Chris Chelios earlier took a shot off his left instep, and he went to the bench and was really hurting, but never went to the locker room.
Team USA gets their 5th power play. They've scored 3 out of 4 so far in this game. All their goals off the power play. And do they need one now? Cleared out. Kasparaitis with under under 6 minutes left to go. Team USA leading it by a score of 3-2, but they have seen a whirlwind Russian team come out here in this third period. Leach moves it in. Team USA on the advantage. Chased down into the corner. Leach taking the hit. Mironov. They do battle with LeClaire moving in to help. He dropped it off the near side. It'll be moved up ice. Chance for a 2-on-1 shorthanded. Here comes Russia. 2-on-1 shorthanded. Larionov shot, save, and cover.
Oh, what a back-checking job by number 9, Mike Modano. Brilliant, brilliant back check. The speed. Larionov's a playmaker. He's not a shooter. And he wanted to make the perfect pass over to Fedorov. And Mike Modano, the #1 overall draft to the NHL in 1988, puts the Jets into overdrive and catches him right there. Gary, that was a clean-cut 2-on-1. And you know Larionov was going to hit Fedorov for an open side. Modano saves one.
So they get a chance shorthanded with 1:10 left to go here on this power play. You see 14:49 and counting into this period. Buddy centered around the near side. Team USA trying to get this power play set up. Held in Rafalski momentarily. No, Yashin able to knock it away to Kasparaitis. Shorthanded again. Kasparaitis down the boards. Turned it. That'll give Russia a chance to change up in their penalty-killing unit. Tom Cody got it up ice. On the near side, Roenick. Roenick in. Roenick sliding and blocking the puck to the near side was Zhamnov. Zhamnov saw the pass coming, read it. Short-handed Fedorov taken away by Amati. Another steal at center by Zhamnov. Now Roenick, the pickpocket. 28 seconds to go. Team USA still on the power play chance here. And they will change up in their power play unit. Long up ice. And that will allow Russia to change as well.
Great effort by Sergei Fedorov. He's everywhere.
Here comes Leach. Leach near side to Guerin. Guerin along the boards, taken out of the play. Puck still in the zone. The wrister hit the outside of the net. Nikolai Khabibulin saw it coming and then got screened at the last minute. Leach fakes, gets his man down. Far side is Chelios. Chelios with it. Penalty over. Dedmar save. Rebound right through the top of the crease. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Under 4 minutes to go here in the third period. Team USA hanging on to our 3-2 lead.
Mark that last save by Khabibulin. Oh, that would have been the game.
Chelios clears it around. Mike Modano out. Mike Modano lost control. Look at this down low. 2-on-1. Shot deflected wide. Bure off the blocker. Chelios got in front of him. Richter got a piece of the puck. Here comes Modano. Dedmar's with him. Mike Modano moves it in. Shooting side. Takes it. Khabibulin in the glove.
Oh, my. What wonderful efforts by both these teams. Up and down. Goaltending. Brilliant chances. Zhamnov does what Mike Modano did earlier. He comes back, dives, and saves a shot from Roenick, which would have been a 2-on-1 shot. Watch the rebound save here. Khabibulin's leg, flash, robs the man in front. I believe that was Dedmarsh. The rebound chipped just wide. What an incredible save in a one-goal game. That would have been it, I think. Now his team still alive.
How about the move by Melikov to get out of the way so it wouldn't hit him? Shot Rossi! Started to celebrate too early. Khabibulin.
Oh. Gary, how'd he get it?
Have no idea.
All of a sudden off the draw, there was a 2-on-1 near the net in favor of Team USA. And it looked like Khabibulin overplayed it. Amati was there. Ralston's there. There's the empty net. And he squeezed it underneath his leg. That would have been the game again. How'd he do that?
Nikolai Khabibulin, the 29-year-old mainstay, second Olympics for him. And, man, is he putting on a show here. Team USA trying to get that clinching goal as we close in on the 3-minute mark remaining in the period. Deflected wide by Ralston again. Picked up by Nikolajin. Cleared it up, Yashin. Yashin dropped it off, had nobody there, Aaron Miller. Back to Suter. Wow, what a third period. 3 minutes left to go. Khabibulin holds it up. Played as both teams make line changes slowly here. Kasparaitis looking up ice, trying to find a little room. They want to get Fenegenov into the middle. Shot blasted wide by Gonchar. Gonchar went sliding into the near side boards, and the puck came back to the point. Fenegenov had to come back to help. Fenegenov will drop it deeper into the zone. Team USA wanting to get a change, only gets part of it done. Quickly up ice. Fenegenov back through the middle, swings around with it. Looking to the point, takes the shot, blocked near side Dedmarsh. He short sticks that one and moves it up ice. They want to change, he's alone. Khabibulin on the shot from center.
Quick changes by both teams. Exhausted.
Both clubs looking for one last mistake that they can take advantage of. Fedorov is out there now. York on him on the checking up ice here. They'll try and spring Fedorov in the middle. He has to go back the other way. Jeremy Roenick on him. We have 2 minutes left to go in the third period. Team USA leading it by a score of 3-2. Here's Fedorov. Fedorov gains the zone. Turned it to the far side. Couldn't connect on the pass. John LeClair. His shot partially blocked. Into the corner by Markov. Markov, a minute 45 to go. Quickly up ice. Into the zone, Kovalev struck to the puck near side, Rafalski. LeClair again brings it in and dumps it behind the net. He'll get help on the far side as Holland moved over.
And Team USA did the job against Fedorov and Kovalov on that last shift. They're back standing up again. Look at Suter here. Look at the defense stand up again.
Knocked down by Madonna at the blue line and cleared the other way, and an icing.
And it comes down to face-offs. Again, Herb Brooks said their centerman, percentage-wise, Roenick has been the best. Who will they use?
It is rocking. It is everything they'd hoped for, the fans. We are down to just over a minute and 17 seconds left to go. Team USA on goals by Guerin, Young, and Housley had a 3-0 lead coming to the third. Kovalev and Malikov scored 2 quick goals to make it a 3-2 game. The winner of this faces Canada on Sunday for the gold medal. Team USA has the 1-goal lead. The clock running against Russia, but Russia has taken control here in the third period and made it a game.
Doug Waite did his job on the face-off, got the puck out of the zone, went to the bench for a change. Both teams have used their timeouts. 1 minute to go.
1 minute left to go. Amati had it and lost it. We'll keep an eye on Nikolai Habibulin, the goaltender for Russia. He's looking to the bench to see if Slava Fetisov, the coach, wants him to come out. Near side to Bure, heading to the bench. Shotgun sharp. Ooh, that may have hit the crossbar. Cleared back out along the blue line. Empty net at the other end.
Guerin hit the water bottle on top of the net, just above the crossbar.
Wow, Chelios has it. Gets it over to Amati. Closing in on 30 seconds left to go. Empty net. LeClair missed it. Far side, Fedorov over. Fedorov jammed it hard and got it up. It'll be chased back by Hull. You're looking at the closing seconds of this third period. Empty net at the other end. 20 seconds left to go. Still time for Russia to get this thing tied up. Hull trying to knock it down with a high stick. Did. That will result in a face-off.
Inside the U.S. zone.
Chelios who ultimately hit it, J.D.
Yes, they touched it above the shoulder. Twice. Face-off inside Team USA's zone. Both teams have used their timeouts. 12 seconds to go. Bill McCreary is giving the whistle a blow, telling both teams, let's go, time to go. Drop the puck. USA's ready to go. By rules, they're to drop the puck. Now Bill McCreary now skates over to the Russian bench. He says, come on, guys.
Like this game, face-offs almost dead even, 33-31 in favor of USA.
Herb Brooks wants it dropped. It's now dropped.
Supposed to be a 15-second rule in these face-offs. Chelios cleared it around. It ends up going over the glass for another whistle.
And Team Russia had 5 guys. Their last guy got there after the puck was dropped. Roenick takes the draw. He's a right-handed shot. He has strength pulling the puck back to the right in the corner.
See Brooks saying drop the puck, drop the puck. 7 seconds left to go. USA champ. USA wins it. They face Canada the goal game.
Brett Hull jumped in, so Roenick gets tossed. Madonna's on the ice, 2 centermen, but he's a left-hander, not a right-hander.
7 seconds remaining. Face-off one to Gonchar. Shot it back in behind the net. The countdown. Covered outside of the net. 1 second remaining. There will be one more face-off, but there is just 1 second on the clock.
There's nobody sitting in this building. The Warriors have worked. Right now, Bill McCreary comes over to check the clock. Penalties. Chelios and Bure both goal. So instead of 6 on 5 plus Richter, it'll be 5 on 4 plus Richter.
The only chance here, J.D., is for the Russian face-off man to get a hard shot right off the draw.
Bill McCreary making sure that each team has the right amount of players on the ice. 6 for Russia. They're counting the players, see. Russia has to send one player off.
They got one too many out there with the matching minors.
Team USA sent Red Hull off. Matching minors. Now you see Larionov goes off. Nikolishin's got his left hand over the stick. He wants to draw the puck back to Markov behind him, right in here for the shot.
1 second left. They don't score. Team USA faces Canada. That's the way it's going to be. What a finish. What a finish. Team Russia coming back with 2 goals in the third.
Gary, they gave us the third period to remember. The Russian team showed what they're made of. That man, Sergei Fedorov, was great. The Russian players also looked over to the referee, Bill McCreary, and clapped and thumbs up and said, great job. And I'm glad they did that. I'm glad they did that. Mike Richter dug in after giving up a couple of goals.
He made 28 saves. The Team USA power play went 3 for 5 and was the difference in this game. Housley, 1-1. Guerin, Young, a goal each. Kovalev, Malikov for the goals in the third for Russia. Habibulin at 46 saves in a losing effort. So Team USA has taken the game that will give the North Americans what they had hoped for, the gold medal game with Canada and the United States. We had hoped for a great game after these two teams played to a 2-2 tie this week.
You know, Gary, it was a great game, and I may have misspoke. The Russian players looked to be upset with the refereeing, and you know what? They're wrong. The refereeing did not decide this game. Their play in the first 2 periods was not up to par. That's what helped decide the game. Don't blame an official because your team didn't show up for 2 periods. They played a great third period and made a game of it.
They were an entirely different team in the third. Russia was, but it was not enough. 49-30 the shots. USA advantage. Most important, 3-2. Team USA.
Veteran Chicago Blackhawk defenseman Phil Housley's first Olympic goal, the one which he will remember as the winning goal in this magnificent game between the United States and Russia, which has sent the United States on into the Olympic final Sunday against Canada. What an amazing showcase for Olympic hockey. What a tribute to 2 spectacular hockey teams. What a furious third period of, as you pointed out, Bill, North American hockey. Right now, Darren Pang is standing by with one of the heroes, one of the many heroes for the United States, brave goalie Mike Richter.
Mike Richter, congratulations. I know we've been standing here for a few minutes, enough time to settle down, but outstanding victory. And it was 3-0 at one point. You were saying you wanted to get the TV ratings up by making it 3-2.
Yeah, you got to make those games tight to make everybody stay in the building. But, you know, you're playing Russia. They're not going to roll over and die for you in the last period. I think we had played exceptionally well for 40 minutes. They hadn't found their game yet, and they had nothing to lose at that point, so they're going to come out hard.
A couple of the late scrambles, you got a piece of a bunch of them. It was miraculous.
Yeah, it was getting ugly in front there. You're trying to control rebounds, but look, the puck's jumping all over the place. And hell of a save there by Goalie, yeah. But we played pretty well. They didn't get a lot of rebound chances. even when they got 2 goals, it makes it dramatic, but we're still up by 1. That's the position you want to be in, and we're good enough to be able to hold a lead, and we did.
Mike, let's look ahead. Obviously, gold medal game. You just said, holy smoke. 2 North American teams, Canada versus the USA for a gold medal. Does it get any better than that for North American players?
No, I mean, you don't want to pick and choose who you're going to be playing against, but it certainly makes it dramatic. We've played against and with these guys for our entire careers. I guess really you could say that for most of the Europeans, but it seems like a bit of a longer rivalry between the 2 North American teams. And hey, this tournament's so good, anybody could be in the final, but we deserve to be here. We worked hard, so is Canada, and it'll be a fantastic 60 minutes of hockey.
Mike, do you have memories of 1996 when the Team USA won the World Cup in Montreal?
Oh yeah, Panger, you're a goalie. You only remember the good times. So yeah, we had a great time in that series, and that was the best of 3, so it made it even more dramatic because we each split and then went back to the Forum, a great place to play hockey, and had a real dramatic, tight game. And you know, this is just a 7th game automatically, so as a hockey player, you couldn't pray to be in a better position than this.
Mike, congratulations. Phenomenal tournament.
Thanks very much.
All right, thanks very much, Darren. Now let's come back to the style point. For 2 periods, the United States blunted Russia's European-style hockey.
Completely.
So in the 3rd period?
3rd period wasn't the best defensive period I've ever seen. We'll say that. But we have to keep in mind that Russia had the most, and still has, I mean, they're still walking around out here, the most skilled, the most talented team, puck skill-wise, in the tournament. So what they did is they come out and they decided to rip a page from the NHL book. They dumped the puck into the corner, they chased it, they got on board with that, and then they rode this big wave of adrenaline. That's how they got back into the game. But what a resilient performance by Team USA to bend without breaking. We've talked about how you have to do that at this stage of the Olympic Hockey Series, and Team USA was just fantastic, and Mike Richter led the way. This was a top-to-bottom effort that got scary at the end for Team USA. But in the final analysis, they really showed us what they're made of.
The Russian Lightning Bolt, 2 goals in the first 3:21 of the 3rd period. And then, as you saw, 16 minutes and 39 seconds of sustained fury, which was ultimately withstood by the USA with a 3-2 win. We'll be back with Joe Micheletti talking to Herb Brooks when we bring you back to the East Center in Salt Lake City right after this. Just as was the case 6 nights ago in this arena, the Russians and the Americans present spine-tingling hockey drama at the Olympics. The only difference tonight, a winning goal for the USA, 2-2 last Saturday night, 3-2 tonight. And how good is Herb Brooks as American Olympic ice hockey coach? His overall record now, combining the group in 1980 with this group of National Hockey League stars this year. 10 wins, 0 losses, 2 ties in 12 games. Herb Brooks standing by with our Joe Micheletti right now.
Herb, the emotions in this game took some wild turns, especially in that 3rd period. How are your emotions at this time?
I kind of spent, Joey. You know, we played so well for 2 periods, and we cautioned about winning the first 5 minutes of the 3rd period. They're so explosive. They changed some of their lines. They threw that Kovalev up there with Samsonov and Nikolitin, I think, and all of a sudden, bing, Kobe's got such great hands. Get 1 point. Now, all of a sudden, it's a horse race. So we weathered that storm. That 5-minute storm sort of, and then we got back towards the last 8-10 minutes.
Herbie, you took an important timeout. They came out and scored 2 quick goals in the 3rd period. You called the timeout. What'd you tell your team?
Well, you know, just a little phrase that we've been talking about all the time. We knew there's going to be moments like this. There's so many talented hockey players here. It's not going to go our way all the time. We know that we have to adjust to whatever. And that was the real big thing, if you have a little word association, 1 word should trigger a lot of conversation. And that's all I said, just 1 word, and hope that settled them down a little.
Herb, you told your team before the Olympics started that you wanted this team to write their own book. This chapter, U.S. versus Russia, what will this chapter say?
Well, this is a big chapter. It might be it won't be the last chapter, obviously, but it was a big chapter. And I told them that, you know, they're capable of doing it. And I said, write your own book instead of reading someone else's book about success or whatever, some of this pop psychology out there we have in the country today. Write your own book, boys, and that's been our theme.
What is it about Herb Brooks?
Well, he brings his history with him into the locker room. He brings his persona. There's nothing ordinary about Herb Brooks. He brings his miracle from 1980. But, Jim, I think even more than that, he brings respect for the players in the locker room. Remember, in the first 3 games, he played Mike Dunham in goal. He played Mike Richter in goal. He played Tom Barrasso in goal. Knowing all along that Mike Richter was his guy, he respects his athletes, and that's why they give him max mileage.
And that's why every player on the American team has so far been a factor in what they've managed to construct so far, not just the biggest names on the team, but the younger players, the ones who aren't so well known, all of them playing significant roles so far.
You can't get this far and do what Team USA has done, nor could Team Canada have come as far as they have come without everybody on the bench, everybody in the team playing a part.
And that's what's been the case so far as the United States experiences the elation of having made it now into the Battle of the 49th Parallel Sunday, the gold medal game against Canada. And for Russia, the disappointment of having to face Belarus tomorrow back in this arena for bronze. Now the stage is set for what at least I'll go forward and call the biggest game in the history of hockey. Yeah. United States versus Canada for the gold on Sunday. What a game.
First of all, I agree with you, the biggest game in the history of hockey. I said earlier today, and I believe this, Canada matches up better against Team USA than they do against Russia. That said, I think Team USA matches up against Canada better than they do against Russia. This will be like an NHL North American All-Star game with everything that's missing from the All-Star game, with the passion, the intensity. I haven't even had a chance to think about who has an advantage in this, and you know, and I think if I think hard enough about it, I will come up with no advantages. It's going to be a spectacle of hockey. It's going to be fantastic.
Just think of the names that are going to be collected on the ice Sunday. It boggles the mind. Think of the guys who are going to get to call it. Gary Thorne and John Davidson at the end of another terrific evening of work and looking forward to their biggest assignment ever this coming Sunday. Gary?
It will boggle my mind, I'll tell you that. JD, first let's look back here on this game. Penalty killing for Russia coming in was not good. 5 out of 15, and that cost them this game. 3 out of 5 went in.
Yeah, they didn't get the job done killing penalties. They also didn't play very well. I'm talking about Team Russia for 2 periods, Gary. To watch the reaction of Kasparaitis and Markov after the game was very disappointing because they were pointing at the referee saying it was his fault. Russia didn't show up for 2 periods. The 3rd period, they were fantastic, the way they should have been for the first 2. And the power play for Team USA got the job done. Team USA played with passion and heart for 2 periods. They should have had a runaway lead. Almost did, but Javi Bulin was great in goal. Then all of a sudden, Kovalov and company got it going, and this was one fantastic, wild 3rd period.
Now, JD, the question that seemed to matter was that Samsonov goal and whether they went upstairs. It was reviewed. I'm not sure Russia understood the rule about that. So, Team USA held on in the 3rd. 3-2 the final. Canada. Team USA, Jim.
Thank you, Gary. Well, this is what the National Hockey League wanted when it agreed in 1998 to allow its players to take a break in the middle of the season and go to the Olympics. They wanted a showcase at the summit of sport for the unique power and passion and speed of this game. Sunday they get it in the best possible circumstances.
This broadcast is presented by authority of the International Olympic Committee and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the International Olympic Committee.
Sportsmanship at the end of the game as Russian and American players congratulated each other on a game which will long be remembered here, but which may well be somewhat subdued by whatever happens here Sunday if it has as much drama as this. Hello again, Jim Lampley with Bill Clement. Let's continue to look forward to Sunday's gold medal game. The 2 goaltenders, Martin Brodeur of Canada, Mike Richter of the United States.
Well, this will be an NHL-style game, so there will be some dump and chase naturally because teams will try to stand one another up at the blue line. Martin Brodeur is a better skater and a better puck handler than Mike Richter. You might have noticed when Russia started dumping the puck in the 3rd period, Mike Richter doesn't come out and play it very often. There may be an advantage there for Team Canada. The other issue is, can Keith Tkachuk play? This will be his kind of game. Team USA needs him.
All right, let's go upstairs for further thoughts on Sunday, Canada-USA with Gary Thorne and John Davidson.
JD, one of the things I think here, I think this game is about a point Canada wants to make. Hockey is their national game. They haven't won the gold medal in 50 years. Fewer players in the NHL each year from Canada. They want an exclamation point Sunday to say, it's still ours.
And they haven't won the gold since 1950, and I grew up in Canada. It's hard to explain the feeling that Canadians have about the sport. It consumes that country. And for Team USA, many of these players playing on this team were kids 8 and 9 years of age when they watched the 1980 Miracle. This is a great setup.
There is a great umbrella that will be covering that game. It's about history, it's about caring, it's about nationalism, and then it will be about hockey. Jim?
And one more piece of history. In 1932 at Lake Placid, in the 2nd round, a Canadian team beat an American team 2-1 in double overtime. That is the last time that an American men's ice hockey team lost an Olympic ice hockey game on American soil. We'll bring it to you Sunday. Hockey showcase at the Olympic Summit between Canada and the United States on the networks of NBC. Our views from above the 2002 Winter Olympics are brought to you by Goodyear, who reminds you to take all of life's journeys on the wings of Goodyear. A final look at the ice inside the E Center and the scoreboard, which shows Russia 2, United States 3. The Russians to the bronze against Belarus tomorrow. The Americans to the gold medal game Sunday against Canada. Bill, your face and voice defined for millions. National Hockey League coverage. Your first time covering Olympic hockey. What do you think?
I'm spent, but I have to be able to last until Sunday. Obviously, some great drama in this game that we've just witnessed. The tremendous upset by Belarus over Sweden was a highlight in that respect. But the fact that Canada looked like a team that couldn't even compete 8 days ago, and here they are looking like they're pumping on all cylinders going into the gold medal game, you realize how quickly things can change in a matter of just a few days.
All right, the games in the next 2 days will be available to you on NBC. This concludes our Olympic coverage here on CNBC. Thanks very much for being with us, and we look forward to having you with us again this weekend.